Please don't air any of this, Brad.
All right, we ready? You hitting it? Tell me when we're rolling. No, we've been rolling. God damn.
We're Googling over here.
All right.
To nerd sports now, people.
Exactly.
Look out. Do you fear death?
Oh, one of the greatest lines of all time.
I've got a job to it. I've got a job to it.
Kind of like whistles at him, and Dad looks over and the guy's going. And Dad's like, I got the fuck out of there. I was like, oh man, you didn't partake? I thought that was part of the mountain biking community, that y'all just went out there and had sex together in your tight shorts. But
Angrily making me 30 sides of red sauce. He just hangs it back up.
So that's what I was doing wrong the first time.
That's what you were doing wrong.
Big Pharma's turning the frogs gay, and it's coming after your kids.
And they're going to make them incredibly happy.
Infowars.com.
Listened to so much. Are you...
all right, let's start this bitch off. Episode 18.
Wow.
Cardinalcast. Matt Thomas, what's up, dude?
How we doing?
You wanna spend 2 or 3 minutes talking about yourself?
No.
Carter, Nathan Carter.
Yo,
what's
yo.
up, sir?
What's up, dude?
The little man,
Larry Bear.
Larry Bear.
Oh man.
Hadn't seen you since you were a runt.
He hates that name. That's what the
14.
family calls him, Larry Bear.
He got me obsessed with what was it? It was New Super Mario Brothers, I believe,
Yeah, it was that one that came out on the.
on the DS.
Yeah, it was that. Shoot, it was the reversion of the first one they did on the Nintendo, the regular Nintendo. The first time they redid it, and y'all bought it. Y'all played it till y'all beat it, and I think I borrowed it.
Yeah, I think we bought the game
Yeah,
and
yeah.
used your DS. That's what
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then when y'all beat it, y'all let me borrow it. And then you got me addicted to that game 24, I think.
The 24
Yeah,
game.
I
Oh
played
yeah,
that,
yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Me and Max are actually watching 24 now.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that show? Who watched that show? Anybody?
I think I got into it a little bit when you and Danny were rooming together.
Mhm.
I'd watch it with you guys. Other than that, I didn't watch too much of
That was a good damn show. It was a soap opera for men, dude.
it. Yeah.
Fuck
24?
that. Oh yeah.
Didn't that guy go crazy and get caught like arrested with a DUI or something?
Who, Kiefer Sutherland?
Yeah.
They all do.
Yeah.
They all do.
They all do. They all go through
That's,
phase.
that's some truth right there.
I feel like Hollywood's collapsing now. I feel like
Yeah.
they don't wield the power that they used to wield anymore.
They're splitting off in different directions.
Well, you're seeing all these today, me and my dad went to see the new Kevin Costner movie, Horizon,
Mhm.
which he it's independent studio basically. You know, I think we're seeing kind of like in the '90s when you had all these overbloated sequels, and then Tarantino comes out with Pulp Fiction, actually it was Reservoir Dogs first.
You know he's
And
got one more movie to make,
Allegedly, yeah.
allegedly.
Has he talked about what that's going to be yet?
No, but I think it's going to be within the next 2 years.
Did you hear about his Star Trek idea? He was going to do a Star Trek movie, or tried to.
I didn't hear about it.
So there's an episode in the original series where Kirk and Spock end up on this planet, which was basically colonized by like 1940s gangsters, like New York gangsters, and like all the only reading literature they had there was like gangster novels or whatever. And Tarantino was gonna like go to that world and do like a gangster movie set in the Star Trek universe.
Well, that's all he needs is one of those space sci-fi scenarios. I mean, he's done everything else.
What'd you think about his last one? What was his last one?
Hateful Eight?
No,
No, that wasn't.
There was one after that with Brad Pitt and
Oh, Hollywood?
yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, that was good.
You like that one?
I did a lot.
He liked Brad Pitt.
Brad
You
Pitt's
like Brad
awesome.
Pitt's
Yeah.
junk in it?
Leonardo is my guy, but I like Brad Pitt a lot.
Even worse. Both of his art crushes
Oh yeah. Well, you know,
all in one movie.
Titanic. You can't get better than that.
You know, I've never seen that movie to this day.
Really?
I was
Saw it
on
in
TV
theater.
on like 3 different channels 3 days ago.
That was like 3 hours of wasted life right there.
Did you go with a woman or did you go by yourself? I need to know this now.
Honestly, I do not remember.
You probably
Just
watched
say it was with a woman.
It was with a woman.
Of course it was.
I have no idea. I can't remember.
Me and Mom went.
Yeah. Better answer. I took my mother.
That figures. I can
James
see that.
Cameron's a baller though, dude. He did Aliens.
Yeah, it's true.
I've never done an alien.
You'd like
You think
to.
it'd feel weird?
Aliens are coming.
Abduct me.
You know,
They get that in
2024.
there,
Did you see the Simpsons reel where they predicted 2024? Aliens supposed to come down this year, and help us get to another planet.
So these are benevolent aliens, not murderous aliens.
Correct.
Okay.
And then also, what do we got? Tornado F6, which is crazy. Gonna hit Tulsa this year in 15 days.
On The Simpsons.
This is Simpsons stuff?
Simpsons predicted this.
When you're on that
Well,
long.
you saw
I
Trump
think
come down the
sometimes-
escalator. On
Yeah,
The
I've seen
Simpsons.
that one. I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw it on the internet. You gotta believe it.
Y'all people need to talk because I'm not the right one. Y'all go ahead.
Why'd you even come out here, Nathan?
I probably should go home.
I think you should.
All right.
You should go
Let's
back
go.
in time and not
Let
come
me
out here in
out,
the
Thomas.
first
Let me
place.
out.
Stillwell, what's going on, dude?
Man, just hanging out. Hanging out.
You're going with the bald head tonight, no cap. What's up with
no
that?
cap. I thought I'd change it up a little bit.
All right.
Just, you know.
We're raising.
Can we rub some red sauce on that
Dude, you can
scalp
rub
later?
whatever. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, speaking of that,
Ooh.
I brought you a gift. I had a Jason Green, like a Jason Green, I had I don't know, premonition.
Yeah.
I know why now I bring gifts because I'm born on Christmas.
Yeah.
So I always bring gifts. I'm like fucking Santa Claus.
Gift giver.
What we got here?
Take your boots off.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Now, you're gonna like these.
I
think.
already
these
do.
Are right up your.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Where's that camera at?
Yeah.
Bald eagle socks, baby.
Well, we must think alike then, because I was wondering about the socks
Dude, he.
under them boots.
I
That
love
was a
these.
good one.
Yeah, I
I
seen
love
that
these, dude.
video.
Thank
That's-
you.
Mine aren't as good as those.
Oh, he brought
What?
some socks.
Whoa! Hold on now.
Oh, he must have
Whoa!
It was a little disturbing.
Now
What does
he's
it
got
say?
a hole in the sock.
Bring me some tacos, dude.
Red sauce.
Where's the damn?
Dude,
I'm never gonna get that to
it's
read.
like,
It
it's
says
like
bring me some
Oprah,
tacos.
Except for you get.
Except
the
I
gifts.
get the gifts. That's fucking awesome,
some
dude.
Well, I saw the
socks.
episode. Was it with you where
Yes.
he took his boot off?
We
Yeah.
sat there for
Oh
probably
my God,
20
10 minutes.
at
20
least
maybe.
after.
Well, I don't know. I watched it, but all I saw was
His
a hole in the
big
sock.
old.
Sunday sock.
So
It
I was.
fucking great.
My reaction to it too
Oh,
was
I
like,
know.
I was like, God, like you don't see it outwardly, but inside I was like, God damn it.
I mean, you knowingly put that sock on.
And I knew it had a hole in it when I
Yeah.
put it on. I was like, fuck it,
Yeah,
I
hell,
got,
it had to.
I got to go to
I
work.
mean, it
I don't
barely
have
covered your big toe.
Big
Yeah.
Thomas with the zingers over
I'm
there.
telling you, dude.
I didn't realize he had
he's a
the
I'm
zinger
glad
guy.
you watched that episode because that shit was funny.
I mean, that's all I remember, though.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
God, man.
Up until that point, I was good.
I think we rewound that like 3
I
times.
showed it.
Well, you didn't have to rewind it. It was on screen for a very lengthy amount of time.
Yeah.
It was up
Before I
close.
even-
He's getting all
You
serious
were
about
talking
Biden
about-
and Trump
Yeah,
and
you
all
were
that, and
talking
he's
about
like, "No,
something
let's
about-
watch the sock."
Yeah.
You could see Jason's face too. He's
Yeah,
just
when
like
it
he was
changes,
thinking about
you
the
can
sock
see-
the
yeah.
entire time he was talking.
It kind of looked like y'all's heads.
Yeah.
That's how big the hole was.
It was that big of a bald spot.
It
for
was.
damn Sure. That was a great time.
Yeah, dude. No, thank you for
Almost
the
like a
socks,
ski
I
mask.
Nailed it.
Ski mask on there.
I won't repeat it on the pod, but we were over at my parents'. We were watching a playoff game. Remember the power plug advertisement?
I do not.
Yeah, he had a zinger over there last season.
Mm,
So the Eagles gonna be. You're talking some major shit about the Eagles right now.
they
Still.
better be. If they're not, I'll probably shoot somebody. That's gonna happen. I might be the one that takes Jerry Jones out. I don't know, just because. But I don't think we'll have to worry about the Cowboys, though. I don't think they're.
You think they're on the way out?
They're never a factor. as
I
far-
just think.
Well,
as
they're a
long as-
factor, but they're
They are, for
they're
sure.
never gonna make a deep run, in my opinion.
And I mean, they're just making dumb moves. Like I try to be as unbiased as I can about it, but they just make dumb moves. Like they're not.
Yeah, it's
You
just
have
because Jerry's
COVID.
too in the weeds.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he
and
were
then
to-
his son's way dumber than he is.
Is he?
And he's going to be the heir.
See all the
Good
eye
luck
boogers?
with that. You know?
All the eye boogers on that puppy.
I mean, good luck.
He's got COVID.
What the hell?
Were you talking about COVID down there, Nathan?
Your puppy's got COVID.
Yeah.
All the eye boogers.
He's older than we are.
Yeah, he's got to be 101.
Well,
Dog years.
if he's got COVID, that means he'll probably survive.
Uh-huh.
99% chance.
There's a good chance of it.
Jesus. That's what's keeping him alive. He got the COVID.
Actually,
That's why his heart's so tickling.
Chance of
Damn it, y'all
survival.
gave me the COVID.
Gave me that COVID.
It's like the fucking mouse in Green Mile. Like, Mr. Jingles?
Oh shit, dude! I haven't seen Green Mile in a minute.
That's a great one.
That's a good one. We watched Seven a little while back.
Oh, man. I've seen
Brad
that
Pitt,
one.
Morgan Freeman.
I remember getting
You can't beat
DVD.
7. That's a good one.
Fight Club, y'all remember when
Oh, Fight
came
Club.
out?
Yeah. You don't talk about Fight Club.
That's right.
That holds up too.
Yeah, it
We
does.
watched that. We watched Rounders. Y'all remember
Yeah.
Rounders?
Yep.
That's what got me into poker.
Yeah. No, I could see
dude.
how it could.
Ed Norton was fantastic in
Ed
that.
Norton's a good one.
He's one of those guys though. There's a lot of
American
actors like this that.
History X.
Oh my god.
That was a crazy, that's one of the craziest things.
Yeah, me and Max need to watch that. That's
Where he makes the dude put his
the
mouth
curb
on
stomp.
the curb. Yeah,
Oh, that's
dude.
the most.
Holy moly.
And his history teacher was the captain from Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
What was that counting card movie? Was it 21?
Rain Man.
Not Rain Man. It was a
That's
newer
one.
version.
Well, that was one.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's one of them.
Oh, that was a good one. It's got that guy in there
21,
that
yeah.
rapes all of his male actors. Yeah. Oh, that was a good one.
So you're drinking Bud Light. You
Mm.
said Bud Light's back.
UFC sponsored it.
Were
Trans
you-
beer's back.
Did you abandon Bud Light over the Dylan Mulvaney thing?
100%.
He
Yeah.
started buying it.
Yeah.
So what are you, radical right wing,
Radical?
alt right?
That would be
Nazis?
Matt Thomas. I don't know if I'm radical. And I'm definitely conservative, I can tell you that. I wouldn't say radical. I think Trump is probably what we need, but he says some stupid shit. And, you know, I'm definitely going to vote
What about
for the
after
guy.
Trump? Let's fast forward 4 years.
DeSantis?
Really? That's
Is
what you
that,
want?
is that too far right?
I don't see things in right or left. I think they're all paid for by the same people. But
Well, it's the same bird, right? You got
I
your
don't
right
like-
wing, got your left wing. It's all the same bird.
right. It's all the
Yeah.
same bird. Yeah, they're all working for the same corporate and
Yeah,
weapon manufacturing
100%.
sponsors or China. I like Vivek
Say that again.
Ramaswamy. I like him.
Is that the Indian?
Yes, he's like 36. He's the young guy.
He is.
Yeah.
He is smart. He
Yeah,
is
he's-
quick.
He's smart and he's young. Like,
Yeah.
Very young.
let's
yeah.
move away from the people who are dying on camera.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Looking at you, Mitch McConnell. Did we watch that?
Oh,
Yeah, that we watched. We pulled that up.
He's as
didn't we?
bad as Biden. Jeez.
It is bad.
Did you watch the debates?
Yeah, we
They
were
did.
supposed to live stream them, and then I won't get started on this story.
It's a shit
It was
show.
a shit show of a day. But
Well,
anyway,
I seen the pictures.
I heard the golfing thing was the best part of the whole
I
debate.
mean,
that
that's the only
honestly
part I
was.
like.
Yeah.
It was the funniest
That's
part
sad.
for sure.
I mean,
It was like the one thing Trump, because they kept trying to bait Trump emotionally to try to get him to
Yeah.
come out.
I heard he
He
was
did.
even
He did.
killed though. He
until
let
the
Biden
golf
hang
swing
himself.
came up.
Yeah.
And then Trump,
It's like-
because Trump is a golfer.
That's serious.
And he's like,
Oh, that's what the
oh.
golf do.
That's what, that's what
Biden's talking
Biden
about
does.
his handicap, and Trump's like, never. No, I've seen your swing. I know your swing. I had a lot of people
Is
telling
this-
me
is that Shane
championships.
Gillis over there?
he's won
Two
club
club
championships.
championships. That takes a genius.
Yeah.
That was funny.
I
He got 2 strokes better in 30 seconds.
I say just do away with the election. Let's settle it on the golf course. Be done with it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How many? What do you think
Biden
the viewership
could fit-
for that would be if that's how you chose an election,
On the golf course?
or whatever? Like they choose an event like a sack race or something.
Ski ball.
Or
Ski ball.
you know what I mean?
High point wins.
Chess.
I got a latte. Peach style.
Peach latte, bro.
Peach latte.
So I gave one of my sister likes flavored alcohol, so I bring her one of those last night. I was like, "You'll thank me later," and she's like, "I'm allergic to peach." I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "I'll take it back." And she goes, "No, I'll drink it. I just need to take some Benadryl or something." And so I was like, "So my mom's like, well, you better take one now." And so I I don't know. I leave. I'm like, sorry about introducing
No,
that.
well,
to you.
no.
Anyway,
No,
apparently
couple-
she broke out in like welts and hives of this thing, so I felt kind of bad. But
What a dick.
again, how did I not know she was
You
allergic
should have
to
got some Benadryl.
peach?
Benadryl's not good for you.
She just said,
No, we've seen that live on air. It's not good for Nicole. That's for damn sure. Like,
No, it's-
passed out on camera that night.
No, it's clinically proven, like, to cause dementia. Scientifically.
Told you he's right wing.
Well, no.
Just
We've
kidding.
talked about this before. If you know certain things, you sound like a conspiracy theorist.
You really do.
yeah.
And it takes a long time. It's like if you're paying attention for 5, 6, 7 years, and you can certain things are facts, and then you're talking to somebody who has no idea about politics, and they're just trying to get into it. It's like, how do you summarize a 7-seat? How do you summarize Game of Thrones? If somebody's going to watch the last episode of Game of Thrones, and that's all they're going to watch, how do you sum up
I watched like 2 episodes
the
of
whole? Didn't ask for your personal experience, Nathan. Nobody cares
that. Hey, why don't you calm down over there?
about what you did.
I'm going to stay out of this.
You're probably not watching House of the Dragon then.
No.
What do you watch?
He's so
Teletubbies.
Oh,
He's so
He was
pissed.
literally
NCIS?
He's so
You ever
pissed.
You're an
seen that?
NCIS guy?
Fuck yeah.
Well, they got 18 of those.
Yeah, and I watched all of them until they got rid of the original actor. When they got rid of him, I stopped watching.
He's
You're that-
mad there's no UFC on it now. Like, that's it.
Yeah, why are we not watching UFC 303? This is a great ticket.
Tell us about it.
Well,
How much does that cost?
I don't know, but if we all pitched in $5, I bet we could pay for it.
Well, you got priorities, Nathan. You should have probably stayed home and watched that.
Should I go?
Then we wouldn't have to put up with your ass bitching about
Damn it.
UFC.
All right, here
How
we
often
go.
they do those?
Weekends, Saturdays.
Saturday night.
Like every weekend?
Yeah. Oh well, it's not every weekend,
They
but
have
it's
fight nights where they're free and you just watch them. And then,
when they do the Vegas fights. Those are free.
yeah, and then they have the big event.
You don't know?
What's it take? Dude, I don't follow anything like that.
You got tampons in or what?
Like a tampon and a pad, just to
Well,
prevent
just
the
to make
tampon
sure.
from coming out.
I got it.
Heavy flow.
Yeah.
Heavy
flow.
Heard that.
Yeah. Open
So
headers fighting tonight.
what's it take to get Rogan involved in one of those deals?
It's got to be a good ticket, and
He
he's
didn't
on
do
it.
them
too.
very often, does he?
No, it's only the big heavy tickets.
It's a big one.
Well, you can't go every Saturday.
Well, no, shit. I mean,
When you got the heavy flow, he's in.
Yeah.
Gotcha. We gotcha.
Yeah, it's Piera and the other guy.
Yeah, well,
As the man bun, I can't say his name.
Yeah, it starts with
He's.
a P.
I don't
That's
even
his
remember where he's
Fox.
from.
Something like that. That was close, actually. That was about half a syllable off.
you gotta, have it.
What's on this hat, bro? Is that the fishing hat?
Yeah, it's just the fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Columbia or whatever. I
It
take
looked like
off,
it looked
I'm
like
bald.
Pac-Man from over here. I was like, is that a
Yeah.
Pac-Man American
I
flag?
took all my hats to the beach and I got a little bit of salt crab in them, and it's the best one I
A
got
little
left.
salty.
Yeah, a little crusty.
Can you imagine Pac-Man coming out in like the 70s, late 70s, early 80s when our parents were like in high school? How wild that would have been. We didn't all get video games every time we went to Walmart like you did, Stillwell. So
Well, we changed it up. You gotta keep them going, you know?
this dude literally had a whole wall in his living room of Nintendo games. Like there must have been hundreds of those things in there.
How do you say
Games
that?
you never
now?
even heard of.
You had to find a good one.
And there was a lot of shit.
Yeah.
There was a lot of shit.
I got that Farmington
Yeah, you buy
education.
those, cheap ones.
How do you say that now?
For Chaska? I don't know.
We need to pull something up on the.
Pass that down to Brad, see if
What
he
we-
can pronounce that. He's smarter than all of us.
What are we pulling up though?
It's just
The
the
UFC
main
ticket, the
thing
main guy. I
right
can't
there.
think of his name.
Top two.
Or how to say his name.
Pull up the UFC match
Prochaska.
tonight, Max. Pereira and Prochaska.
Yeah.
Get a
Piera
look at
just
these
knocked out
fellas.
Jamal Hill last
So this
time.
is like the.
First round.
Like a Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding.
Yeah, something like that. I'll slice him with the
Dude,
skate.
I would love to see the Kerrigan. So they do multiple fights.
Yeah,
every
there's,
night.
they start at 5 and they have
The first ones are free.
Pre-
They're
yeah.
on-
Yeah, they got the
on
prelims,
up
and those
till
are
9
free.
o'clock. It's free, and then 9.
It's free right now if you want to put them on.
We're in the middle of a fucking podcast, man.
Oh,
And
well.
that's proprietary. We can't just.
Every time he gets
All
to
right.
somebody.
Next time
Priorities,
goes, I say,
priorities.
Nathan, you want to do this, and you say, No, there's a fight
You
on.
gotta check the
Brad, I never told you I wanted to do this. If you remember that.
And I didn't invite you either. So
Oh,
we'll set
shit.
this up.
Yeah, come on over. Come on over.
I don't even remember that.
I remember at Durham-Fest, I don't think I'm not the right person. I'm telling you.
Are you coaching this year?
Well, me and him is about to go in business together, maybe.
Really?
So
Doing what?
If that happens, it's probably not gonna no coaching for me.
I
What are y'all
drive a
gonna be
dump
doing?
Truck and he wants to get in over here.
Yeah.
Get on it. Yeah, it's
Kind of building one.
Doing the kind of stuff Wayne does, or
Yeah, Dad sold out here back in March.
oh, did he?
Yeah, and he sold 5 trucks on his client list. And, so I've been piggybacking off the guy that's bought it, and while I'm trying to build enough clientele to keep myself busy. So I'm kind of starting off fresh for myself right now. And well, he's keeping me pretty busy, honestly. I'm still running about 4 or 5 days a week.
You making money?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. I ain't mad at it for sure. But there's a lot of expense that comes with that. You know, shoot, just the other day I ran. It was like almost 350 miles I ran the other day, just running back and forth past Brentwood down there.
You get paid on mileage?
No.
Is that a factor? No.
By load.
It's
By
by
load, yeah.
load.
Unless it's like we're doing a job, like there's a haul-off job in Farmington we do, and it'll be right down the road. They'll pay hourly on that. And I just, I prefer by load. Seems to
Hey,
make
boost that second mic a little bit, will you? Just a hair.
Oh yeah, there he's in the middle.
Yeah, well now you ain't gonna hear him.
I'll switch it back.
Yeah.
If Thomas got a zinger, he can lean in.
Well, we can
Thomas
make
has
him
got
useful.
zingers.
He's got the.
If you don't wanna talk,
there
he
with
can run the
Drew
mic.
couch. Never
You're
know.
putting a lot of pressure on me.
Ain't no pressure, son. You know you got
You
it.
remember those basketball days? You had a lot of pressure on you back then too.
Do you remember, but still when I'm talking about this, do you remember those damn shorts we had in 7th grade?
Oh yeah, my
That were like,
boxers
they
were
look,
longer.
do you remember those, Carter?
My boxers were
No,
longer.
seriously, those fucking things like were
You could see your
above the
underwear.
nutsack.
Yeah.
It was
Like you had a nut coming out on either side.
I
of
remember
those things.
Jason wearing them, to be honest.
You go for a layup, your nutsack hanging out.
Oh, it was awesome. But you couldn't even concentrate on basketball because the whole time you're trying to like,
Yeah, they kept riding up.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the golden class the next year gets those damn,
Oh yeah.
you know, calf hangers.
I must have had that pedophile coach or whatever it was.
Whoa, easy.
Makes you
Which one-
wonder.
Which one was that?
That
Makes
In
you
one-
wonder.
Minecraft.
That got arrested there.
Oh no, that
Oh.
was we were way before that guy. He was on bath salts.
Yeah.
They were into shirts and skins, though.
That's
a lot.
true.
What was the principal that had the dead dog in the bathtub?
Oh, that was Webb, Chris Webb.
Yeah.
That was the bath salts guy.
Yeah.
I remember
no.
sending Mr. Eccles a text that day that said congratulations because he was like the vice principal. Congrats on your promotion.
No, what?
Oh, Eccles.
I'll never forget. Somebody was like, "Well, was it JB Hunt?" Somebody goes, "Hey, you went to Farmington, didn't you?" I was like, "Yeah." And they like sent me this link. I was like, "Holy shit, that's wild!"
Did anybody
Yeah,
figure out
I
what
was in-
happened with that guy?
I was in Conway at the time. I was
Yeah, I
like,
was too.
what the crap is this?
Probably just throwing this out there. Probably some cocaine, a blow up doll. That sound about
Bath
right.
salts and
Bath
Well,
salts.
what's funny is I had a buddy that went there and his dad passed away and he missed like 70 days because his dad had passed away during that high school year. They wouldn't let him walk. And they made him stay there and do like physical labor after school. Like he was like cleaning up the baseball fields and stuff, shoveling rocks. And then like 2 months later, that guy went through all that. And I was like, man, that's some crap. I was like, that guy told you couldn't walk and then he ends up turning into a loon, getting caught with naked in his bathtub with a dead dog or something like that.
This is not the way I want to go out, man.
Nah. Wait,
Not
he die?
yet.
How would you want to go out, Thomas?
He didn't die.
Quick.
Hail of gunfire?
Just quick. I don't want to see it coming.
Yeah.
Shotgun to the dick.
Jesus Christ.
Shots
That's
are
actually not-
terrible.
Is that
Way to
yours
go.
I
or
don't think
his?
it's going to take you.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to go out like a champ, I thought. So.
Just not
Just
know.
quick, yeah. In my sleep, probably, preferably.
Well, ideally. What about you, Carter? How'd you want to go?
Go out?
Mm-hmm.
Not on fight night.
I don't know. Definitely not a fight night. I gotta fight out.
Got to plan around that.
I don't know.
Can't
I mean, my
lie.
dad died of lung cancer at 53, so who knows? Who knows? I don't know how I want to go out. It's gonna be a bad day.
For somebody.
Probably my
Might be a
family.
happy day for some people.
Probably
For
the best
you.
day.
For You're trying to make an enemy out of me, Nathan.
Oh,
Let's love each other,
I thought we started this.
Why
I didn't know if it.
Him and Green are your
my nemesis.
Yes.
Oh,
Team
yeah.
them up.
It's something about where he's sitting too.
I think it's that spot.
It's gotta be.
Negative energy.
It's just a
yes, dark energy.
You gave me the dark.
energy
You gave me the
seat.
dark seat.
Dark energy seat.
I tried sitting there and he's like, "Fuck you, Nathan," sitting there.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
What about you, Larry? How you want to go?
Man, I think I just want to go to sleep and not wake up, man. I think that'd be the best, most. That I heard. I don't know. This might be bullcrap. I heard drowning's peaceful.
Oh God.
Good lord.
Peaceful.
Is it the panic and anxiety
I don't
part
know,
of it,
man.
or?
I heard it's just like you get tired.
You see that on Facebook?
No.
That was
Don't
a
believe
real,
it.
huh?
Do
There's
not
a guy we
believe
worked
it.
with
You
in
see
Conway
that
that
on
said he when he was young he passed out and he said he felt like he got tired and he just kind of went to sleep and then he woke up, somebody's giving him CPR or whatever. Yeah, it was Lawrence or whatever.
Oh,
he
yeah.
said- yeah.
Yeah, I remember Lawrence.
Yeah, he said.
Was it a chick in a bikini with big boobs? Because I could also see why he would
That's what framed me
associate.
back.
He was actually a
That's
Marine.
fun.
He was a stud.
Yeah, he was-
But what was that Arkansas player that was
Ryan
our
Mallett?
fullback? No, our
No.
fullback. He was down
Peyton
there.
Hillis?
Payne Hillis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He that was the same lake that Lawrence was in, I believe, down
Oh,
there. And he almost drowned trying to save his kids.
Yeah, he was good though. They brought him back, right?
Yeah, he survived it all too.
It was Alex Collins and Ryan Mallett. That died.
You're right. Yeah, he died.
Motorcycle crash.
Oh,
I believe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I mean, like right after Ryan Mallett did.
Yeah, it was within like a month or so.
Yeah, it was within a month.
You got a good death sequence, Stillwell.
Up on like holding a fishing pole or something, just
Lightning strike.
Slump.
fucking, just go out. Hell no, I don't want to fry or drown. Fuck that drowning shit. Stay away from water and fire.
You was
Who
forming,
brought
man.
up the drowning? Was that you?
I mean, it'd be
Yeah,
cool though.
I just thought
Somebody said it was calm and peaceful. I thought it was you.
And that was
I
Larry.
I think maybe I read that on the internet.
I think you're thinking about the birth of a baby.
Thomas was right. Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook.
Intuition kicked
Yeah,
in.
Facebook. Nah.
Facebook got us again.
Because drowning would fucking suck.
Yeah, at least somebody
Horrible.
talk about it. for a
What if
minute.
you were upside down with your head underwater while your body was lit on fire, while your limbs were being nailed to a cross?
I mean, that's what we deserve, probably.
Sounds
at
like
least-
Cuba or something.
At least they talk about your legacy for a minute. Like, it took him like 3 minutes to die. It's a tough son of a bitch,
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy.
Nah.
Don't wet the sponge guy.
Nah. Yeah, no, that's
Another Green Mile
Green Mile,
reference.
yeah.
Damn, son, we need to do a
Oh,
Green
shit,
Mile
he is
reaction
all into
stream.
Green
We need to
Mile.
watch Green Mile. I got to figure out all these legalities on shit because it'd be so fun to like watch movies and
Yeah.
just talk shit during them. Like,
Yeah.
what was that Mystery Science Theater? Y'all remember that?
Oh yeah.
Where they just make fun of the sci-fi movies.
Yep.
Thomas grew up underneath the cinder blocks. and
Yeah, we didn't have cable.
Nobody's
cable.
got cable anymore.
Yeah. What was the antenna? You just
I remember the big
keep
old
turning
dish
it.
when I was a kid. Dad had that big old giant 6-7 foot dish out in the yard.
Until the fucking dog chewed up the wires.
Yeah.
The dogs or the birds or because you only had like what do we have 3-4 networks? I mean, you get the major networks with rabbit ears, and that's all we ever had until mid '90s, and then we got like a cable package. We had a cable box. We thought that was a big fucking deal. And then there's even back then there were like 60 channels. Now there's 999. There's a channel for everything.
We were watching it when it was all like fucked up, like especially on satellite.
Oh
You're
yeah.
like, you could almost see a booby.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, hang on, wait, I do it. There
Well,
it
do you
goes.
remember when they did like the Playboy channel would have a preview of their channel during the school day? And it was like from 12 to 12:30, Playboy channel's free.
What the hell is you studying?
Oh, Brad had a little
He's
sore
like,
throats.
oh, we don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
Mom, I can't do it today.
I skipped
Oh,
school and
science,
went home.
fuck
'cause
that,
I
I'm
didn't
going
know-
home.
You could program a VCR, but I was afraid it wouldn't work. So like I ran home to manually
I don't
record.
want this shit to get away.
I don't want this slipping away from me. I was like, I wasn't driving. so
what was you at,
probably-
like a mile down the road from the school?
No, not even a mile.
3/4?
Like,
Half mile?
300 yards.
300 yards?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could sprint that in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, so I
We
just
watch
ran
all the
home
time.
and clicked, just made sure it was, first I made sure it was on, and then I hit record, and it was all like trailers and just, kind of previews for what the channel was like, but man, it was enough. For a 14 to 15-year-old boy, like, that's gold. I got 30 minutes of free Playboy channel, so.
I mean, I remember it. I don't know if I ever actually got into it.
I remember the Girls Gone Wild commercials from like.
I do remember that very well.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girls.
Literally, girls.
Gone
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girls going.
I
But I-
hate those guys.
Because I was in college when that came out. Like, I had been to parties where shit like that happened. You know, you'd have some dude.
You
These
just need to
girls would
film
just-
it.
These girls would just turn into sluts, like, out of nowhere. Girls that were, like, you never would imagine were just...
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody had a lawyer, you know. Lawyer's a dad, and it all fucking went to shit.
That
That's
was,
what happened to Farmington.
man, it was like a Howard Stern era. That was wild
Yeah.
when he came around. Well, they tried to cancel him hard.
Howard Stern, he's still going
Mhm.
strong.
Yeah, he's like one of the biggest things.
Going strong, is he?
Oh
They're
yeah,
still-
super strong.
Yeah,
they say Yeah.
he's still one of the biggest in the world, I think.
Yeah, he's like the godfather of podcasts.
Pretty much before
He's
podcasts.
everybody's kind of mirrored off Howard
I
Stern.
mean, he's that serious.
He's huge.
Well, he
still.
was the crossover between the
Yes.
the AM radio and the internet.
AM
They had
radio.
just a little extra something with it, you know.
Well, him and Tom Green were in the same
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
era. You know,
Tom
and
Green,
it's
he's
really-
kind of a godfather of podcast too. Yeah,
Yeah, Tom
For
Green.
sure.
is- But I never found either of them really.
I'm not a huge fan of either.
I appreciated Stern though, being young and growing up in like an uber conservative environment. That he just was shocking.
Very.
You know,
Yeah.
him and Marilyn Manson. You know, they, in the '90s, you had a lot of that real, like, just extreme stuff, just to be extreme,
Yeah.
just to rile up, you know, one side of the aisle. And they took the bait and they tried to. What do you secrets?
I can't. That was between me and him. I can't tell you.
We have to go back, rewind this, and enhance
Reset
audio.
audio.
Enhance audio. Shit. Larry, what are you? How old are you?
31.
What a fucking baby, man.
Yeah.
You got.
You say
You
this.
don't have kids.
I got two
Oh,
and
yeah.
one on the
You
way.
got two on the way.
He's got
I
a,
got-
he's
I
got a
got two on
little
the way. I got
first
two.
girl in our family is on the way.
Yeah, no, every
Besides Nathan.
Hold on, you got
Exactly.
2 kids on the way.
no, I got two currently.
Okay.
A 6 and a 4-year-old, and
Okay,
I have
6
one
and-
on the way.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're having triplets.
All
Right.
boys in our family.
yeah, they all.
He's gonna have the
there's
first
10
little girl.
How many boys?
There's like 10.
I didn't
Okay.
count them.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
close
a lot.
because we've got like we had 9 boys, 9 grandchildren, and then there was a girl, and then another girl.
So when the girls start, they keep coming.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
know.
I'm-
I'm new to
Run out of
this.
juju.
I think
So you
I'm
got a
gonna be the
6?
last.
You got a 6-year-old
Yeah, 6.
boy, girl,
A boy, 6-year-old boy,
6-year-old
a
boy.
4-year-old boy, and yeah, we got a girl on the way.
and the girl's on the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it sucks
That's
though.
it.
It's Larry, so it's hard to tell if it's boy or girl yet, probably. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like, it
Well,
could be
yeah.
a surprise.
We
like,
never
oh,
know.
Shit.
Yeah.
My
Well,
bad.
shit, I thought it was.
We
a
were
girl.
wrong.
Yeah. It's just a large clip.
Nah,
Just a
man.
Yeah.
It's just so much clear.
I will tell you, we had a really inappropriate doctor
Oh.
when Max. We did the ultrasound on Max, and I don't remember what month it was, but it was, let's just say, obvious at a distance what this kid was. And our doctor comes in, and he was like, "Well, I'm gonna put it to you straight. Your son is half mule." It's like, well, he definitely didn't get that from me. So thanks,
They
Mr.
come from Mama's
Masato.
side.
Italian
It's
side.
an Italian sausage, is what it is.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
God.
May
Yeah.
not be long, but as fat as a Coke can.
See, that sounds uncomfortable.
Mm.
I don't.
For her.
Not very
Right,
big.
well,
but she
yes,
was-
for her. I told this. Emma Mann, who opened the show, she was on the Wednesday night.
Oh,
Her and
really?
my cousin. She's married to my cousin Austin, and we were like talking about porn, but like never really getting into it. And then she was trying to. She got into that brain circle. Was like, what was I trying to say? I was like, well, while she's thinking, I'll talk about the porn I watched today. And it was it just starts. There's a black dude, 4 white women lined up on a bed, and he just runs through them, like one after another. And I was like, I gotta know the backstory here. Like, what?
You
How
want
did
a
this
soap
go
opera.
down?
Yeah.
I need to have a little bit
Yeah, I
of.
got the story.
I can't just be dropped in. So I go to the comments to see what everybody's saying, and everybody's like, "What's the story here? Like, what? How did this set up?"
You need a fluffer to your porno.
Well, when we grew up, we had porno movies. You know, the porn wouldn't happen
It had
until,
a-
like
it had
the
a
last. It was like the
theme
third act.
to it, yeah.
There was like a whole drama.
Yeah.
Driving,
And then at the end, you know, then they start fucking, and then everyone was fucking, and then
Yeah.
we cut to all the different scenes.
This shit
But
ain't
we
easy.
had narrative, we had story, we had Bush.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a good thing, but we had
Bush is
it.
back, by the way.
Is it bad?
Oh
God,
yeah.
I hope not.
Oh, you're still shaves?
Terrible.
Oh, mine don't. My bad.
I like a little. I like
Take that away from
I like it visible. I don't like it to attack me.
I don't need that in my face.
Get that out of my face.
Easy now.
Sons of bitches.
Like, man,
Well, yeah, the '90s are back. You see all the young ones, wearing everything that we wore back in the '90s.
So New
Where's
Kids
that
on the
JJ's
Block
day?
was here the other night. Did you go to that, Nathan?
He couldn't get fucking tickets. He's pissed.
I don't go
Do
to
you
concerts.
remember the girls' birthday parties in the third grade, where they'd have like just New Kids on the Block parties?
That was around the time of Paul Abdul. I remember.
Paul
that.
Abdul.
I was in Paul Abdul.
She's
But-
terrible.
Fuck yeah, but I mean, back then that was all you had.
I never understood Paul Abdul. Never did.
There was her and the chick on Star Trek. That was it. That was about
Chick on Star Trek.
Which
Yeah.
one was that one?
the Next Generation. The
Which
one-
alien?
No, she wasn't an alien. She had big boobs, had an
Deanna
accent.
Troy.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, what's she got to do with Paul Abdul?
Oh, just those. I mean,
That was it.
Oh, you're
Right
talking
there.
about like this.
right then that was.
Oh, I had a huge crush on Troy, dude.
Oh man.
Fucking hey, dude. She had that little mini skirt for a
Wasn't that
while.
Brad Pitt?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason
I
I
don't
watched
think that's
Star
what
Trek.
that
No,
was
it's not.
part of why I started watching it. They got rid of her. They put her in a
Right,
regular
yeah.
suit later in the seasons. They realized how they're sexualizing a woman. Let's piss off all the male
That
audience.
sucks.
He's gonna have to
Yeah.
scrap this one.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing over there?
They have their own whole secret
No, he's
conversation
trying to
going on.
relate,
We need
so
to
he
just.
goes.
Well, you was talking about Troy, and I threw
he's
Brad
like,
Pitt
Yo,
out
Brad
there.
Pitt's in Troy, right? And I'm like,
See,
yeah, that's
back
not
to
what they're
Brad
talking
Pitt.
about.
Always with Brad Pitt. Is it the buttocks or the what is it?
I think
Nathan?
it's the stomach.
The stunt. You like the toned abs?
Oh, Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
Well, everything's good about him.
He's a sexy beast, dude.
Still.
If I was
Today.
gonna let a guy plow me, just free range, it'd probably be Brad Pitt.
That's some P Diddy shit.
Not George Clooney, though.
Nah, not clean. He's too. Nah, my ass would smell like cologne for a month. I wouldn't want that.
Longer, probably.
Sure.
No. Depends on if I was filming it. Like, if I was filming it, I'd probably want it to be Ace Ventura.
Alrighty then.
That'd
I
be
wanna know
perfect.
the backstory behind
Yeah. I don't know. Let's write it, Larry. How does this begin?
that. Ooh, I don't know.
Just when I think you can't get any number, Brad.
In the jungle for sure.
All right,
Tropical
we'll go
Thunder.
around the horn. Starting with you, Larry. Best porn scenario.
Oh man.
Oh, shit. I'm getting real.
Best porn scenario.
This is only for Larry. No one else has to
Oh,
answer.
Oh,
Cool.
Around the
God.
circle, and the circle ends at me.
Best porn scenario.
You are in the middle.
You know your wife's not gonna watch this shit.
No, she already said she is, so I'm trying
Oh,
to.
fuck.
She'll tell you she is, but she won't.
The
Yeah,
wives
she's
never watch.
bluffing.
My wife told me, she said, I tried to listen, and I got about a minute in, and I decided I
Yeah,
love
but
you and I
they say that
support
about-
you, but I cannot listen to your
Yeah,
show.
well,
Okay, I
podcast.
appreciate
I think
that.
we've had a lot of that.
Yeah.
But that's what I was telling
My
Nathan,
mom
like,
won't watch it either.
You go, oh, I bet.
Yeah.
You just, the cuss
Feel
words.
free.
You just got to get
Yeah.
past the first, 10 minutes of it. And then it's
My dad sends me feedback. Well, he said
Good.
when Rick was on, like his
Oh,
buddy
I
from-
love the Rick deal, yeah.
Dad was like, I learned a lot about Rick I never knew.
That's funny.
Isn't that wild?
How's that? Weren't
Well,
they
shit,
friends?
guys, yeah, but
But
like,
just
how
I mean,
often
I guess
do you
it makes
talk
sense
about
too, though.
your parents and the jobs you do later in life? You know, he was covering shit that my dad had just never heard, and my dad was telling me stories that like
Coincided with
his. He
Yeah.
goes, I remember when Rick's bike broke. The story he was telling, because I was trying to help him fix it and was learning with him. You know, like it's
That's
just.
funny.
Guys just don't sit around and talk. Like the only time you see people is at a get together. You know, there's never really a good excuse to just have dudes over. It's, you know, you don't want to. Hey, you want to come over and just drink some beers? You know.
That's what I always noticed with my grandpa. they always went and got coffee every morning.
Yeah.
Him and his buddies. Always at the drugstore. Which was like
You always wonder why they did that, but you
Yeah.
can see that now.
But
yeah,
they knew-
it's
but they-
obvious now.
But he knew everything that was going on down here, and he lived 3 hours away. But he knew everything that was going on in Texas. I mean, just having those conversations.
You go to
I guess.
Fredericks and Prairie Grove. I think all the old men in like Farmington, Prairie Grove, Lincoln, they all meet up at Fredericks and Prairie Grove and for
Yeah.
morning breakfast. It's crazy.
I mean, it was a
But
religious thing. I mean, they did it
But that's special.
all
though.
the time.
Oh yeah.
I know
Yeah.
when my grandma died, my grandpa had nothing to do, so he started going down to like the local, I don't even know what they call it. It was like the, kind of, for lack of a better term, like an old folks community house, and would go down there and visit with people and talk to people who, he didn't necessarily know, but were of his generation. Because I feel like the older I get, the less I fit in this world.
Yeah.
You guys
Tell me
probably
about
all
it.
feel like
Sure.
that a little bit.
Tell me about it.
100%.
And we probably feel more out of place than our parents did because technology's getting faster.
It's changing
you
so
can
fast.
hide. It's,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to hide.
Yeah, 100%. It is, and it's just changed so rapidly. Did you see that post Seifert made on Facebook? It was like 23 dangerous things you shouldn't let your kids do, and it was like, making dinner, shooting a gun, pocket knives, fighting with sticks. It was like
They should do all that.
all these
Right.
things, and I'm
All
like,
the shit
yeah,
we grew up doing.
check. It was all the shit we did and all the stuff my kids are still doing. The only one my kids hadn't done on that list of 23 was put a penny on a train track.
Oh yeah.
It was probably
It's 'cause
because
you
they haven't
don't
had the
have
opportunity
percent.
to, but
If there was one at the bottom of the hill, there would
you damn right. But
Hmm.
it's just, I feel like having young kids and seeing my kids at parties and stuff and other parents interacting, there's a lot of helicopter parents out there. Even when the kids are all like 9 or 10, the parents are still like, don't step here, don't knock this over, don't. They're constantly telling them what to, like, I don't know how kids ever grow up anymore. Because one thing I'll say about our parents' generation is they let us fail. Like, they a lot of times weren't super involved and kind of were doing their thing, and we had to fail. We had to learn.
I'm surprised I didn't break more bones.
Oh, I'm surprised
I
I'm
mean,
alive,
honestly.
bro.
Who's responsible for all the? I guess it was right after our parents. All these kids that have all these entitlements and everything. I don't understand who's.
Well, I think it started with us.
So it started with us, and then everybody behind us.
Yeah, but I think it's part of that is because you want your kids to have a better life than you had. You want to give them things that you
Sure.
didn't have. So you're always wanting to improve it, but then it goes so far that, like, I mean, if you think about it, not even 2 generations ago, you were working for everything you did, working for fresh water, for fresh meat. You weren't just going to Walmart and loading up a week of groceries. Like, you had a farm, you had to distill your water, you had to do you had to make your own clothes.
We used to go down to Double Springs and fill up water jugs
yeah.
on that little bridge because they had a spring that came out.
Well,
Right.
But then they
what was the
started
last
building all
great
around it.
generation? World War II or Vietnam men? I mean, the people that
It'd have to be
actually, even the
someone-
women. I mean, they had to work for everything they had.
Oh, absolutely.
And then everybody today is just like, I need to make $30 an hour at McDonald's.
Well, I think women entering the workforce is when everything changed. For better or worse, but
Well,
what
I mean,
after-
you have a-
woman,
I mean,
I'd
yeah.
be pissed about that bitch.
oh shit,
Still,
yeah, dude.
Ruby the Riveter or whatever.
But I'm just saying, like, more kids were.
They kept us in the war.
Oh,
the
yeah.
women did.
Oh, absolutely, they did. They played a
wanted to
massive
work
role.
So bad.
I feel like, women can be strong in feminine ways, but I feel like
Oh,
society
sure.
now wants women to be masculine, and they want men to be feminine, and it's very confusing. But like, women have always been strong.
Right.
Like, can you imagine pushing out a baby? I'll pass.
Yeah.
Or
I
you
think
could
uh,
that's
try a
right.
kidney stone.
No, I'll pass on that too.
Yeah,
Like,
me
they're
too.
They're much stronger than us in very different ways.
In very different ways.
And we're
100%.
very, very much, the opposite. We're stronger than them in certain ways, and that's okay.
100%.
It doesn't make one better than the other. And I get that, society has been largely set up, by men in power. And when women entered the workforce, a lot of dynamics changed, but it changed in the workforce and it changed in the household. Kids weren't being raised by their mothers anymore. They're in daycare now because the mother's working. So their formative years, up until they hit kindergarten, are now with people that you would have been their mother, who would have taught them the family values and things like that, and so family values don't stick as much because both parents are working, and
Yeah, you said that very well. Very well.
It's that and the price of everything right now is a little bit, It's
Inflation?
Yeah, two people got to be working, or you can't hardly afford it.
Yeah, if
you don't have it. You don't have to. It's what you want to accomplish, what
Right.
you want to project. I think if a big house and a big car is important to you, then both parents work. Sure.
Yeah,
or
But if
just
you're-
nice things. I mean,
Sure.
you go down to the grocery store and just try to buy some meat and
Right.
cheese and milk. I mean, you're already spending $150 right there.
yeah, yeah.
Like my wife will talk to a lot of people that'll say, "I really wish I could homeschool my kids. We just can't." It's like, because it's not worth it to you. You
Right.
could.
You
You
could.
would just have to sacrifice
Yeah.
certain things.
And most
You're
people
not
probably should.
prioritizing what you really want.
Exactly.
Because
if you really
of-
want to do it,
Because of what?
Then-
you're lazy, or you don't
or
want
it's
to put
just
the work.
not worth it to
Basically,
you.
you don't want to put the
or
work
you don't
in.
want to buy a smaller
Mhm.
house, or you don't want to sell your
It's a
nice car.
sacrifice.
It's a sacrifice.
It's-
Exactly.
But you always want to be better than what you were previous, right? You want your kids to have better than what you had, right?
Yeah,
So you're
absolutely.
always
Ideally.
striving to be better.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
It's a balance. But I feel like in this country, there's not enough people who say, "I'm good." Like, this is a comfortable.
I agree.
It's
I
never
agree.
enough.
It's never enough. It's always, I've got to achieve this next thing, this next thing, this next thing. And again, I just know a ton of selfish parents. It's like the kids, they'll figure it out. I'll put them in this, I'll put them in that thing, but I won't really be involved. And then, you wonder
Yep.
why your kids hate you, after they graduate. And
And
there's
have no
family.
skills to make it in
Well,
life.
not only do we not have a
Entitled.
culture, like back even in the 90s when we all graduated, not you, but everybody was watching the same TV shows.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching the same sports,
Yeah.
right? You at least had a cultural identity. Now with the internet, you can watch anybody, anytime, doing anything. Like if I want to watch somebody, draw sketches of dolphins, there's a YouTube channel for that, and I can just watch that. And so now you don't have those same commonalities at work or in the family anymore because the family's so fragmented.
Yeah, everybody's doing their own thing, watching their own
Yeah,
phone.
kids are
Right,
watching
but that
theirs.
also comes down to the parents. Like, it's up to the parent how much time that kid spends on that phone.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be limits, but I think parents
Oh,
have
yeah.
also gotten lazy in our
Yeah.
generation.
It's a babysitter
100%.
now.
It's just,
Yeah.
this is a babysitter. That's exactly
100%.
right. Because I see kids, little kids, like the ones you sit in the front of the cart, just on a tablet the whole
Oh.
time.
It's a
Yeah.
distraction.
And freaking out when they don't have it.
I was going to say that too.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how they act when you take
And then
it
they throw the
That's
fit.
what's crazy,
The phone gets taken away and they start screaming.
yeah. They just,
But if you look into the science of this, and I know you know this because you've looked into this, I think we've talked about it before, but the dopamine hits from the
Mhm.
constant needing of something new,
Yeah.
and TikTok's a great example.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
short things one
Yeah.
after another. What crazy thing am I going to
I
see?
mean, the attention
And
span
And
is
it
like this
rewards
big.
you, and your
So
attention
true,
span
yeah.
just shrinks. And now you have kids who can't even watch movies anymore. And that's part of the reason. There's a number of reasons
That's
why
for
Hollywood's dying. But a lot of kids don't want to go to movies anymore
They
because
don't
they're
have
too
attention
long.
yeah.
And they say that.
Well, you just can't do anything.
Yeah.
No,
Can't do anything. Can't
That's
clean
why
your room.
series-
You
No.
can't do nothing.
they want to.
Yeah.
You're
they wanna leave
handicapped. I
events
mean,
early.
honestly,
What's that?
it's a handicap.
That's a good way to put it. And to your point, parents are inadvertently handicapping their kids by trying to do the nice thing, the easy thing.
Well put.
My daughter didn't get a phone until she absolutely needed it, and that
Right.
was more for me to be able to get in contact with
sure.
her.
Same with
Not
us.
that she needed the
I didn't
phone,
get one till like
but it was just like,
yeah.
okay, you're gonna.
Well, that's a whole other thing.
You can
You
kind
gotta
of
buy
drive
your
or
own.
whatever. I need to know where you're at, or
Yes.
if you need to call me, I need to be able to
That's why
be
we got
there
Max
and be
his,
available.
because he was gone all the time,
Yeah.
and I wanted that connection.
Once she kind of hit that age, it was like, okay, we'll get you a phone now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But before that, she asked. I was like, nope.
yeah. Was she one of the later
But
ones
she was
to
just
get
like,
one?
okay, yeah.
And she was okay with it?
Oh, by
It
like
wasn't-
2 or 3 years.
It wasn't like a button heads for you guys?
No, because that's not an argument I'm going to have.
Right.
The answer is no.
Yeah, but
I'll
she
get-
could have said, I hate you, Dad, and
Well, then I'll kick her in the ass or whatever. But that ain't going to happen. That's just see, we didn't have that kind of relationship though.
yeah, you
You know,
had a
being-
close.
That I had to raise her
Right,
for 18 years by myself.
yeah.
So we had a very strong relationship,
I'm
and
about to be a grandpa.
I am a grandpa.
You are a grandpa.
Yep, got a granddaughter.
That's wild.
So, but yeah, no, it was
When was the granddaughter born?
The week before Memorial Day.
Wow. Healthy?
So she's how old?
She had to have her 3 weeks early.
Mhm.
So
Nathan don't look at Facebook for shit.
I don't post.
He
nothing.
didn't post.
Well, unless it's like football.
Oh,
You ain't gonna know. You know,
I forgot-
from
well,
You gotta
he's not
know
friends with
Thomas
your
to know
sister, though, like,
what's
I'm
going on in
friends
his
with your
life.
sister and your mom, so it was
Pretty
all
much.
like I seen it.
Well, yeah, they're open books, I guess, compared to me. But
That's how I found out about Thomas. if Amber posts
We're all
something, I'm like, hey, there's Thomas.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's how you'll find out.
Sixer?
No, I just don't. I don't believe in the
Yeah,
social
but finish
media
it.
in that way.
Yeah.
Which maybe it's because I'm.
Give him that mic. I want to hear his thoughts on this.
Maybe it's because I'm fighting it. I guess. Because
Turn that AI shit
I
off.
wasn't.
Who
I was
that?
see,
It thought y'all
We're
talked.
being
and it's
spied
stuff like
on by
that
the
I don't
government.
like.
God damn it.
No, I just
Point.
don't. I don't like technology. I mean, I like it, but I don't.
Right.
You know, I guess I'm
Well,
a
it's
hypocrite
a
when
tool.
it comes to that.
It's
Yeah.
a tool, but
If it's
some-
used correctly, yes, it's very
Right.
helpful.
like for me and
But-
getting the podcast going and getting the Durham Fest out, it's been a great tool to advertise.
Exactly.
But I find when I start scrolling through stuff, all it does is piss me off.
Oh yeah,
It is a
Makes-
great
and
tool.
gives me negative
Mhm.
feelings. Yeah.
exactly.
So can you imagine being a teenage girl and you're upset about your image
Right.
and
You
you're
see, what I noticed with my daughter, she taught herself how to do hair, basically. All the different braids and styles.
through social media?
Because she would get up in the morning, get ready for school, and be like, "How did you do that? Or who taught you that?" She's like, "Oh, I just watched it online." I'm like, "Really?"
It's definitely a
I was like-
great tool.
I was like, "Man, that's amazing."
It's abused, but it's great.
But
It's
there's a lot
definitely
of great
tool.
things. Like my kids have taught themselves a lot of stuff. You know, if I'm not
Mhm.
home and they want to know how to do something, let's go watch a video on it.
Oh, I love it. Like if you're working on a car, or
Yeah.
or
Anything,
something, or a
house.
recipe.
Yeah.
Well, how
yeah.
do I mean,
Cooking.
I'd really like to make this. I'd like to learn how. And it's
Oh,
like,
dude, working
pull it up,
working
go get the
covers for
ingredients,
Durham
and
Fest.
then-
Used to, I'd have to listen to it and like find the notes, and now I'm just like tutorial video on
Right.
this song. It's like, okay, that's easy.
Block quicker.
Yeah, it's a lot. It saves you a ton of time, and
it's efficient. Is
It's
how
efficient,
I look.
yeah.
If you use it correctly,
right.
and that's what I mean.
But I think
That's how I like to be.
I
Is
think
efficient.
people
I don't
have
like
re-
wasting time.
people have replaced their community, their friends and family, with this zero world community
Mm-hmm.
on the internet.
Well, like I told my daughter, your world is not this size. Put the damn phone down and look out the window. As far as you can see, that is the world. That is life. Not a 4x6 or however big the phones are.
Yeah. But what
100%.
saddens me is if we don't go out to eat very often, but when we do, I look around and there's so many families, all of them,
I know.
mom, dad, and all 3 kids just on a phone.
Yeah.
It's like my kids don't even think about it because they're not allowed to have them. It's just not even a thought, you know.
It's not necessary.
Well, of course it's not.
I mean,
But I
until
will
you need it.
I will say this though, because I've been talking to my dad's generation, and they did a lot wilder shit than even we did. When you
Oh,
really hear about some of the shit they did,
But the communication was different.
the communication was different. They didn't have any electronics to dumb them down. They didn't have television shows or
Answer machines were
Video
like
games.
brand
Everything
new.
was-
to
couldn't
them.
communicate with anybody.
Yeah.
And our kids are safer, like most in general, the kind of shit they do than we were.
Yeah.
You know, and I think
Everything was
that's-
by ear.
yeah.
It's like, wait, what'd you hear? Oh,
Oh yeah,
We'll
something
go to the
big
water
thing
tower.
happened in the
Fucking lie
news.
about it.
Oh,
Yeah, you
And
could.
nobody checked.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely
That's where we get all
exaggerate for
the-
sure.
Keep this going.
Fish
I got
scales. That's where we get all the.
Oh, you have a bathroom?
Oh,
Yeah.
this is
It's an outhouse 6 miles down the road.
This is a
That sounds like Brad.
It should be
He's
wrapped
lived
up by the
in-
time you get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a damn kitchen over here, a bathroom, a bedroom.
Oh, so this is his doghouse?
No, this is like where they lived before they built that house.
This is the establishment.
It sounds like this is where when he gets in
The
trouble he
homestead.
has to go to.
I mean, it'd be a cool place to go to.
This was his first homestead.
He's got everything in the ceiling, so he should be fine. He has lots to read.
When's that tornado supposed to hit us?
Man, you know
Is
what?
it the F6?
No, that's the 15th.
That's an airplane, right?
Yeah.
Then it said he sent me the
That
video.
should be
and
a-
it said like December 24th that there's gonna be the biggest hurricane.
Did you watch it?
I watched it. Yeah.
The Simpsons though?
Yeah, he sent it to me.
Wait, we need to.
Well,
camp
So
out.
aliens
Yeah.
this year.
Well, that's what I was
No,
telling
it
Nathan.
said like
In 2024, right?
Listen, for
Yeah.
That's what you said?
it said predictions
Well, they
for
got 6 months.
2024.
isn't there like 30
They
seasons?
got 6 months.
It actually predicted
There's
Civil
30
War as
seasons
well.
of that
6
show, and they predicted like
It's
12
almost
things.
July.
That is true, yeah. It's almost.
You got,
Does that look like a tornado coming?
No.
That looks like a thin band right there.
Yeah, we're still 12, 15 days out.
You know, there was
No,
a
that's
huge
the-
red slob right here earlier when I checked it.
really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but
all.
there's supposed to be
It
rain.
actually looks like it's going south.
Ain't nobody said nothing.
Yeah,
about
it was coming out of Missouri, but now it's like southeast.
That's what I was telling Nathan. If for some fucking crazy reason Simpsons are right, I mean, we are directly fucking east of Tulsa. You know, I
Well,
mean,
that's gonna
if
be
they
bad.
have an
I
F6
mean-
tornado, we're gonna fucking
Yeah, it
know
says,
about it. You know?
15 miles wide.
Jesus.
Well, y'all kept it going.
Why are you rubbing that?
This
Well, it's
Fayetteville
neat.
area though is a pretty nice
Yeah, you
temperate
think
because it's
It
so hilly.
bounces off of us. Or
Yeah,
something.
we've got a
Let's check out your socks.
yeah. Check those socks out,
I
brother.
want to see the ones you're wearing.
These, my real ones.
Yeah, I want to see if there's holes.
You see if there's holes in. They're not. There's not holes because I'm wearing Walter
I wouldn't
socks.
take that goddamn boot
I
off.
would-
No.
No, I learned my lesson. But you know, that's another example of just learning shit as you do it. Like, don't take your fucking boots off because you might have a hole in your sock.
Hey.
I mean,
You got to sacrifice for your kids. I get it.
You do, man. Socks are.
I mean-
I just can't afford socks right now in this.
I mean, I know when I was raising Kaylee and lost my job, we were eating hamburger helper without the hamburger. We was just having helper.
It's eating that helper.
it's just help.
You know
It's
what
just
I want to see
helper.
Thomas do? I want to see what's that place up in Lowell, the Grove.
Yes.
I want to see him do the open mic night up there.
Yeah.
Just write some zing. Dude, if he would sit
I'm
down and
not
write
gonna
some
go to-
zingers,
Yeah.
he could do some stand up. Be like a redneck Mark Norman.
I have no idea who that is, but
Mark Norman? Oh, he's
Well,
hilarious.
we'll
I'm
send
going to
you
go
home.
see that Josh Blue up there next month.
Who
I
is that
seen
The
dude?
guy with cerebral palsy.
dude, that dude is
He
funny.
is fucking hilarious.
We wouldn't get in trouble for watching his videos, would we? Let's pull some up.
Josh
Dude.
Blue.
I watched him when he was
famous
on Last Comic Standing. That's when I
Yeah.
first saw
He
him.
was on.
and
He first came on that damn. What's it called?
How do you spell blue? BLUE?
Yeah,
or
it's
BLE?
just Josh Blue. Like
just how they taught us in school.
Yeah. Golly, Nathan, look at that cooler.
Is that, what is it?
Well, I mean, why go piss in the bathroom? He might as well piss on the floor.
Which one should I pull up here?
That thing
Still
leaks
L?
like a damn.
Oh, dude, it is. That is a real piece of shit.
Dude,
Nathan, that
you've
cooler-
never seen Josh Blue? Oh
he's
my
funny.
lord!
Here, we'll just watch a minute of this.
You need to do Josh Blue Last Comic Standing.
Well, hold on. Which one are we talking about?
That where he's in the green shirt. Well, there's 15 videos, but where he's in the green shirt. That third.
Customer service since 9. Let me drink. Looking good.
I live with cerebral palsy. I really want to move forward. I don't know any other comics with disabilities who have really got on
Dude,
national TV.
we got to get tickets and go to that then.
Wait, he's coming here?
Yeah, at the Grove.
Oh, he's coming to the Grove?
Yeah.
When?
Well, I don't know. I have to look it up.
Yeah, I'll go. Wait till Stillwell comes up. Dude, that dude's pissing hard in there. It sounds like the porcelain's getting robbed.
Probably peeing on the floor.
Who is? Stillwell? Is that
Well, who's
the concrete
peeing?
slab?
That's it right there. But, your shit's
Did you watch He-Man growing up, Nathan?
A little bit, I did, yeah.
It's a little homoerotic, isn't it?
Somewhat.
He's like, somewhat.
Yeah, July 18th.
Shit, that's coming up.
Did you
That's
see the
probably a
new version?
sellout then if it's.
He'll do a couple nights.
Is he here?
Yeah.
I'd go. I'll be down.
I'd definitely go to that.
Oh, it's sold out.
Sold out.
It's all of them are?
Real? Already?
What happened?
Yeah, it's just
He's
like-
trying to buy Josh Blue tickets coming
Yeah,
here in
see.
July. They're like
Just 3 weeks
sold
away.
out. Alright, let's watch a minute of this guy here.
Yeah. He's that whole weekend.
Yeah.
Please welcome Mr. Josh Blue. Let him go, Josh Blue.
How you guys doing? Alright. You know, people ask me if I get nervous before coming up on stage. I said, heck no, I got this many people staring at me all day. I was walking downtown and the drunk tank stopped and picked me up. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, wait a minute here, fellas, there's a misunderstanding. I'm not drunk, I have cerebral palsy. They were like, that's a pretty big word for a drunk ass. I was in there for 7 days. They were like, damn, buddy, what did you drink? Only got 3 minutes, shut up. This is also the part of my performance. I'd like to inform you, you all are going to hell for laughing at me.
Yeah, that guy.
Dude, he's funny.
He is.
Dude, he is so
That was
funny.
actually really funny.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah.
No, he's funny.
We're going.
You guys watch Kill Tony?
I was gonna say,
Dude,
you never
I
killed
can't
Tony.
handle Kill Tony.
Oh, dude, he killed it on that fucking Tom Brady.
He was on. Oh, I thought you were talking about that guy.
Mm.
No, Tony
He
killed
did
it
do-
on the Brady roast.
Yeah.
Yes, but I can't watch Kill Tony. The comedians some of them are so bad. I feel so. It's like watching
Summer.
Biden on the debate. It's like
Oh,
God.
it's
Summer's so
humiliating.
funny.
But yeah, that's true too.
But Nikki Glazer, I think, killed the fucking.
She did.
Yeah,
Her
she's
and Tony
hilarious.
and Kill
The
Tony.
funniest
Yeah.
thing, what was it she said
Tony.
about
Tony Hinchcliffe.
she was talking about Jeff Ross. She's like, the last time you got a woman wet was when she rolled you back into the sea. That was one of the funniest jokes. It was just so.
She's great.
She is really funny.
She was on Theo Vaughn right after that.
Yes, that was a good
And she
one.
told a bunch of jokes that she didn't use for the. Did y'all see that?
Yes.
Yeah,
That was
That's
a-
one weird dude.
Theo?
So me and
Oh.
Brad talked about you.
We talked
He's
about.
good,
What
dude.
are your thoughts, Thomas, on Theo?
What do you mean?
Like, do you think he's for real or do you think it's an act?
I think it's for real.
It's just how he is.
I just-
man. Now there's sometimes.
I don't know.
I'll let Tom.
If you listen to the
I
other
really
like,
don't know.
podcasts with the other comedians, they talk about all the time how he's the same person, even like behind the scenes. You know.
Yes.
That's
I don't know.
that's who he is.
So, yeah, I kind of feel
He's
like he's.
legit. Yeah, I
He
don't
might
think
like
he'd make
some
it
of
this
it's
far
put
if it was
on,
an
you know,
act.
like when he's on his podcast and he's
And
being
he's so
silly. you know,
witty,
but,
man.
yeah,
You gotta listen
Super
like
funny.
really
But he
close.
says really like when he mispronounces the cities that he's
Yeah,
going to.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
on
I feel like
purpose.
that's kind of-
He-
yeah.
he-
Oh,
projects
definitely.
an
Yes,
image-
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
He
Yeah.
projects an image of being dumb,
But yeah, I
but
feel
he's
like-
not. Like some
So-
of the
No, he's smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's just
He's very witty.
he's a product of how he grew up, I think.
Yeah.
But
I
he grew
agree.
up poor white trash.
Yeah.
He's seen a lot of shit.
He's
Yeah.
seen a lot of shit.
I mean, yeah, some of it I don't
But he's
think you
been
can
in-
make up.
He's been in TV for a while though, right?
Well, wasn't he on an MTV reality show?
Road
Isn't that-
Rule was it or something? I don't know. I didn't see it. I was
The
told
shit
about it.
whenever he sings and the like he does the thing where he yells like the gospel shit and then he sings like a gospel deal. Have you seen
I
that?
haven't seen that.
Holy hell, that's hilarious. It was like when he was a kid.
Are you sure that wasn't like where they took somebody else and put his head on it or something?
It looks like AI,
AI
shit, but
scenario.
it's so yeah. I mean,
It was really him.
I
don't know.
it's hard to tell. I
feel
wondered
like
the
I
same
seen
thing.
that and I was
No,
like,
me too.
Yeah.
I wondered the same thing.
Yeah. I
Is
was
it
like,
real?
man,
or
is that
not?
real?
Every time I watch it, I'm
Yeah.
like, man, is it fucking real?
All right.
But all it is him saying like he says something like, yeah, when I was singing in the church or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the one he does with that. What's the big black dude he does the podcast with?
A Drewski guy? Is that?
That's
All right. Stillwell, give me an image
deer or
prompt.
whatever?
What?
We're gonna have AI create an image.
An image?
Yeah. Tell me what you want me to create.
A turtle.
Just a turtle. Nothing special about it.
Well, this
American.
American turtle.
American Ninja.
American Ninja Turtle. Okay.
We know what that looks like.
Anything else?
He
It's Raphael.
this Ninja Turtle.
Michael.
The
This Ninja Turtle's got a drinking problem.
Yeah. I think so.
Drunk. American Ninja shirt.
With the lazy eye.
Shit, he's gonna pull a picture of me.
With a headband on.
Mm-hmm. Just fighting shit and eating pizza.
Can you skateboard?
Fuck no.
Oh,
It's just
there's Jason.
Raphael with the freaking.
Yeah, it's Rockwell with the beer.
All right, Larry, what do you got?
I don't know. What about like a?
Let's try that. Let's see what it does for I don't
I
know.
don't know. It's a good restaurant over in
Let's see what AI interprets I don't know as.
Fucking Biden.
Just gonna be a picture.
Yeah,
That dude is
this
so
This
embarrassing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Looks like you, Larry.
No.
Somewhat. I see it.
Carter, what do you say?
Come up with a good one. Come up with some bullshit.
I don't know. Skip me. I'll think
Throw them
about
out. Somebody just throw them out.
Great white bull shark.
Ooh, a
it.
great
Great
white
white
and a
bull shark.
Had a baby.
Oh yeah.
Great white bull
I'd
shark.
definitely attack your ankles.
Because I know what it looks like because Kaylee freehanded that on the wall.
A great white bull shark.
That's what we call it.
A mix.
Did we see the turtle?
Actually, I lied.
Oh, that was Raphael.
Yeah, it was
What
this
about
dude.
like an America where dinosaurs didn't die?
Ooh, here we go. That's what the fuck? It's Hasselhoff on the wall. What Larry was talking about.
I actually told you wrong. A great white buck shark.
A great white bull shark.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why I said bull.
This
It
guy's-
must be the
Then it's got some antlers on it.
Great white buck.
buck. Yeah.
Shark. You can also change, so you can change the level of adherence. Like if you set it really low, it's more creative and it has more liberty. Whereas if you change it higher, it adheres to your rules more. We'll try it at 11.
So what AI is this?
This is OpenAI, OpenArt.ai.
Open art.
OpenAI, basically.
So
Is
this,
that what the actual shark looks like, or is this?
That's
No.
not a great white.
That's not a buck.
Ain't got nothing.
It's supposed to have antlers.
White tail.
Oh, hold up. Oh, we can do that. Great white shark with
What's
white
Chat
tail,
GPT?
But like it
Yeah.
lives on land, not in the
Waters.
water.
and
Yeah.
talons
Ooh, talons.
on fire.
Eagle
with
talons.
Fireworks in the background.
Likes to smoke cools.
America.
Whiskey. It likes whiskey.
Smoking a cigarette.
And loves
All right,
bourbon.
now Stillwell's getting juiced up. He's gonna give us some good ones
loves
here.
bourbon.
He's got those blue mountains.
Bourbon loving shark.
I feel like I'm a bourbon loving shark.
Yo, Nate Power Shark.
I dig.
Oh, dude, that's kind of sick. There's no antlers on them,
Yeah. Where's the buck?
His name's Buck.
That's,
just threw
his
a
name is
cigarette
Bug.
in
though.
there.
All
That's
right, let's simplify this. Shark with deer antlers. Level 2. No, that's more creative. Level 5. Okay, 15. We did Mario as South Park characters. That was kind of cool.
Oh, I bet, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Interesting one.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
There you go.
There you go.
What the
Anyway, boys, that's the
Ram your
kind
ass.
of shit our kids are playing with now.
Wow.
Can you imagine being able to do that?
Did you hear about the AI scenario? 2029, how it's supposed to kick off, and then every year after that, it's supposed to be so much more. What's the word?
Exponential, but yeah, but
Exponential.
that's what it's doing. AI's been in use since Amazon. Like they learn
Yeah,
your.
but they've been putting all that input in all these years, and then and getting the computer power to go with it. So 2029 is supposed to be the kickoff, and then every year after that, I mean, they're talking about time travel and everything, and people living to 150 years old.
We don't have flying cars yet, though.
That's,
we don't need those to do
we don't need that. We're just
Wasn't that
gonna go
supposed to happen
Mars.
this
You
year?
got time travel, you'll have teleportation.
going,
you don't
we
need
don't
a car.
need
We don't need roads.
Yeah.
Weren't we supposed to have that this year,
We
though?
were.
2015.
I mean,
It's a disappointment.
2015 is when we're supposed to have flying
And
cars.
hoverboards aren't
Okay.
hoverboards.
No, they got a wheel in the
Yeah.
Did you ever see that sketch on
They did get
Jimmy
some
Kimmel
things right.
when
Oh yeah, whenever they come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, well, where are the flying cars? He's like, we don't have those yet, but we can send each other smiley faces on these devices.
Yes.
Back to the Future 2 is still my favorite.
Yeah, it was a good one.
They got a lot of things right though. Back to the Future. I don't know if it was as much as The Simpsons, but
That's one thing I've always thought about is, God, it'd be amazing to go back and get like a sports book. I mean, that'd be the first
Oh
thing
my
I
God,
would
can you
ever
imagine?
do. That'd be the first thing I'd ever do is get a fucking, so you knew, like going for it, or just, I don't know. I've always thought about that. How amazing that'd be to know,
you'd be rich.
Oh,
It'd make you a lot of
Hot-
money, but it'd take
hot
all your
tub.
enjoyment of sports away.
Hot tub
that.
time machine.
They're not going to afford to go to them.
I don't care who's going. I know.
You're like,
who's
Mets
gonna
are
win.
winning, bullshit. Bullshit.
How much you want to? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Make
met you.
even side
Yeah.
bets with people, dude.
Oh, it'd be dumb. It'd be dumb. Well, I mean, just the ones, especially the ones that you don't even think about, like the ones that do sneak up on you. And people are like, whatever, you just throw it all.
But here's the thing. Here's the wrench. Here's
Yeah.
what
you
Drew
gotta
would.
pay for that eventually, right?
Here's what Drew would say.
Oh,
No, not that you have to pay for it. But you go into the future and you get a book, and then you go back into the past. Let's say you go back into the same past. No matter what, the fact that you have been into the future
Fuck shit
influences your decisions. So the
Butterfly
future
effect.
would never be the same. You would always be. Now you'd be rich in this timeline,
Yeah.
but that timeline that you went back to,
Flash.
you never would have left it. Like once you left, it would have continued without you.
Right.
You know, that's
Yeah,
that
that's
shit's all
thinking-
above my pay grade.
Just thinking too deep.
It
into
fucks with your head, yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing is the cool shit. The dopamine part of it, like you said.
Emma Main was talking about taking DMT on this show the other night.
No shit.
She's wanted to do it, yeah.
Really?
I don't even know how to go about that. Probably shouldn't talk about it on the pod either, but
Right. Thomas can get it.
can't.
I mean,
I think
not that
knows who,
Thomas. Another. We'll
Another
I don't know what
Thomas.
DMT is.
Dimethyltryptamine. It's
Your brain makes it.
It's like a tripping thing, right? So
well, your brain actually makes this chemical. It basically, the way I understand it, is it removes the veil of consciousness we're living in. So if we're living in the third dimension, right? So the first dimension is a straight line. Second dimension is up and down. We live in a third dimension of height as well, and depth. And so this allows you to exist within other dimensions, and that there are beings in these dimensions who look on you lovingly and favorably, like a child, like a parent, a parental love. And the people who take it together say that they go into this, they share an experience. Like it's not like you're having separate trips, like on LSD or something. Like you're both sharing the same experience. Like you're both, like it
You
just
can
lifts.
experience it together.
It's yes.
Like
So
the
it's
same
not a
thing.
trip. It's more of like it lifts a veil that we are currently behind in the dimension we're in.
It's a shared event that you and I could do together.
Yeah. And I've heard this from not only I know a couple of people who have told me this, but also like Rogan's talked about it. A bunch of credible people who have been on Rogan have talked about it. It's pretty wild.
What
But-
was your dude that you're so into that was on Rogan here a while back?
The Billy Carson guy?
Billy
Oh fuck! Let's talk about Billy Carson the rest of the
You
night.
know about this guy?
Everyone else get out. It's just me and Larry now.
Oh, he's all in on
well,
Billy
I
Carson.
just listen to. Well, I drive a dump truck. I drive 8 hours a day, so I just listen to podcasts.
So do you see him on Flagrant?
Well, I haven't listened to much of his recent stuff. I got into him kind of a few years ago.
Oh, so you've known about him for a while. So I
Yeah,
just found out about him like
Oh, yeah.
a couple months ago. Okay.
Yeah, I've known. Well, there was like a couple. There was like this.
Does anybody else know who this is?
I know what Larry Bear's told me about.
No.
Well, okay,
yeah.
let's watch a video. Let me find. It's hard to explain this guy.
I watched him on Joe, but that's
Yeah, he believes that we were.
it was intense stuff.
Oh, it's insanely intense.
These people called the Anunnaki come down and like took
Anunnaki.
took DNA from like people that were here, like the primates that were here, and mixed it with their DNA, and then they got us and started. Yeah.
We'll watch a few minutes of this.
So much hype, so much
And he's the only one that talks about it.
That's UFC
Yeah,
303. Let's watch this.
He,
Take us back to Anunnaki.
Look just like us.
And
Okay.
results.
Off-world.
So these are alien. Okay, take us back
See,
to
I found it
anime.
before he got real
What
popular.
So I know Schultz. I know
Well, he's
that.
just-
Yeah, this is his
He's pretty funny.
He was on.
He's quick.
He's hilarious.
He's
off
quick.
the world.
So these are aliens.
These are aliens. Now, what's interesting about
Not
these
angels or
aliens
demons.
is that they're not little green men with antenna. They're actually hominids.
So is he the only
bipedal
one
hominids.
that's
They look like, just
got
like
this
us.
philosophy or
Slice them in
whatever?
half.
Is
They
he
have
the only
two
one?
focus-looking eyes.
There's other
He's
people
made some
Not the only
connections
one.
Yeah, there's a
over
lot
everybody's.
of people that believe the same, but
But they
he's
look more like
like
us
the face
or
of
more
it.
like us. We look like them. Okay. We actually look like them.
Okay.
But anyway, so basically his whole premise is that back when human beings, so you got the missing link, right? So humans evolve up to here, there's a missing link, and then they're here. So at that point, there was a galactic space war somewhere, and the elites, like the Bill Gates, the Elon Musks, had space-faring vehicles and escaped to Earth to avoid either the war or the destruction of their planet. They come here, they find some living beings, and they basically kind of set themselves up as gods and build pyramids all over the globe. And there's all these pyramid structures, in reality, and set themselves up as gods and start interbreeding with these people to make a better slave class.
Well,
And
they said they programmed us to like mine gold. That was like our deal. They needed gold or something, so we were pretty much programmed. That's why the human race is so fascinated with gold. Like what use is it really, other than just it being shiny. And they say that's why we get it, because they needed it for whatever they were doing. I can't remember.
well, they needed it to convert electricity or to conduct
It's a very
electricity.
good
I think.
conductor.
It was
Yeah. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem with all his theories are that he's getting them from the Sumerian tablets, which are like 10,000 years old, and they're
Yeah.
written in cuneiform, so you can't
it's
fact
like-
check the guy.
Yeah, it's like one guy's interpretation of it versus his interpretation
Right,
of it. Versus,
right.
So Billy's like read all the old text, and he's made all these connections from everything from here over here that has nothing like.
But he's also read
Muslims.
like the oldest versions of the Bible in an original
Even
Hebrew
before all
and
that.
Yeah, and he just
Yes.
connected it all.
Yeah.
He believes there's another planet out there, like Nibiru.
Well, there was Tiamat that initially crashed with Mars
Yeah.
to create Earth.
Is that the one that has the lights on
Well, that's.
outside of Mars right now? Because he brought that up too, right?
I think that's how the asteroid belt was created too, from the big.
Yeah, the crash. Yeah. Well, he's got a lot of crazy theories, and I've seen him.
Dude, he's
I've seen everything I
intense.
can find on YouTube, and it's like he's consistent with what he says. Whether and he might be a whack job, but it's interesting to consider.
There's another chick called Linda. Her name's Linda Moulton Howe, and she's got like a whole nother. I think she believes in the Anunnaki. She's real big about the Neanderthals. The people like the primate people before us or whatever. She's got her own philosophy. It's kind of similar to his, but it's pretty good. She says she's got like all these secret sources from military that said there's like secret bases in Antarctica and all this stuff.
Well, there are. Like Hitler had a base in Antarctica,
Yeah.
and most world governments have bases in Antarctica.
Right.
It's like a
Yeah,
neutral
that
zone down
Peace
there,
treaty or whatever.
and you can do experiments and stuff.
She's
and
the only one that got these secret files.
Well, I don't know. I mean, she's got a whole clan that follows her, and she's got like.
That's the thing, though, Thomas.
She's the one.
You
Well,
can't
God.
ever. That's the.
She's,
that's the thing.
she's the face of it, She's the one that gets on behind the camera and talks about it.
Well, no, I look.
I'm
I
definitely
look,
skeptical on.
No, I get
Yeah,
the
no,
conversation
I-
right now.
I'm not backing the lady saying
Right.
she's right.
No,
I'm
I'm
just
not
saying it's
saying that.
interesting as his is as well.
Well, no, I'm kind of at a point in my life where I believe everything and nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
Like everything I hear, I'm like, that's bullshit, and everything I
You
hear,
have
I'm
to
like,
consider it.
Yeah.
Right.
No, in a
So-
But
matter
at
of
the same
honor,
time,
sure,
yeah, I
you go
believe
around believing
everything's trying
everything
to
you
trick
see,
me,
you
but
read. Then
What about what's his name that was on right before him on Joe Rogan?
Like Terrence Howard. or
Terrence
whatever.
Howard. Have you listened to that one?
Dude, yeah, oh yes, I listened to it.
If that science is
it
real,
went right over
holy
my
moly.
head. I didn't understand any of it.
I didn't
It's
either.
hard to understand.
And
but
then Neil deGrasse Tyson did a response to Terrence Howard. I don't know if you saw
On
that.
Joe,
I didn't see that.
like the
No, it
recent
wasn't on
one?
Joe. It was on his own.
Yeah, he said he
and
hates
he kind of
Tyson
tried to
hates
shit
him.
on it. But I also think Neil deGrasse Tyson has like political views.
I
that
think
don't do with
I
science.
agree.
yeah,
100%.
he's not trustworthy.
So I don't trust
No, he's
fucking
not
word he
trustworthy.
says.
He's smart, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying. He's
Yeah.
I guess
got
my
some
point is that
focus
like
there.
I just don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just
Yeah.
open, I'm open to entertain anything.
Well,
after
until somebody's got
COVID,
something to
I was
show.
like, bro, if they can do this,
What an
Yeah.
experiment that was, COVID.
and exactly right. It was an experiment. It was a test run, I believe.
Either that or they were trying to get Trump out of office. I mean, that's
Well,
my
the
conspiracy.
timing was a little suspect, wasn't it?
Trump was
Well, it was right at the
for
end
it.
of
He
his.
didn't try stopping it or go against it.
CIA is like, hey, Fauci, we need some scenarios, and Fauci's like, yeah, I know Trump, we can figure this out.
I think Trump handled COVID badly. I think he did leave the states, leave it up to the states, which I liked, but I think
No, he had no idea what he was doing.
No, he was completely like, but any other
Lightning
president would have been
fast.
too. But I was just, Anthony Fauci was given way too much power. I feel like
That'd
Trump
be-
had 3 years of his presidency, and then Anthony Fauci had 1 term or 1 year of a term,
100%.
and that to me was.
And I think he should be held accountable.
Well, remember when they said it was not from the Wuhan lab, and you were getting kicked off social media for
You
saying
can't
that?
even say that on social
Until
media.
Jon Stewart went on Colbert and was like, hey, it's a virus, and there's a laboratory that studies viruses, but it couldn't be that.
Yeah,
And
he
Colbert's
had to do
kinda
a
like trying to
bit
shut
on the
him
whole
up.
thing.
It's so obvious. Like, you don't. Anybody who's brainwashed by the fact that it came from a pangolin in a wet market,
100%.
it's like, bro, come on.
It makes no sense. Zero.
That's like, I can't even come up with an equivalence on the spot. It's just so ridiculous. But you were getting banned from social media for saying that, for making videos about it. Now, not only do we know it came from the lab, we know that the United States was funding it.
Fauci was
Yeah.
funding it.
The NIH. Like,
Yeah.
we paid for the shit because
Fauci's
it wasn't
ahead
on
of all
American
that.
soil. And that's how the U.S. gets around all these laws. We do it in foreign countries. Or what the FBI will do is they'll hire assets. So they'll hire somebody to act in the way they want them to, but they don't work for the government. They're just paid for by the government. So it's like a degree of separation.
Well, what did Trump say when he said, we need to drain the swamp? And so that pissed off every agency there was.
Yeah.
And the CIA is like, no, we got to get this guy out. So what are they going to do? They're going to come up with some... This is my conspiracy theory. There's no truth to it. I have no idea. But, you know, he's going to be like, hey, yeah, let's talk to Fauci. I think we got something over in Wuhan. And they're going to come up with this COVID deal, right? And then what was the deal I sent to you the other day about the Boeing airplane where they had the doors coming off of it and everything? That was their secondary plan to get rid of Trump.
Yeah, it was something about it's like purposely letting the Boeings have failures because that's how they're going to take out Trump. They're going to say it's going to be a Boeing, a mechanical
You
failure.
remember all the Boeing scenarios where they're having all their mechanical problems and
I've
stuff?
been following it.
That was a
Setting it
whole
up.
conspiracy to get rid of Trump.
So they're setting
Because
it up.
his Trump Force One is a Boeing plane.
Right,
Correct.
right.
Yeah.
And they're setting it up so that way it'll look like it'll be an accident.
So
We'll
with-
see how that ties together. Y'all lost me.
Well, I think what they're
Conspiracy
saying.
theories about how to get Trump out of office.
Well, I think.
Well, no, I understand that.
But I think, are we trying to say that they're throwing Boeing under the bus?
A little
they're
bit.
Trying to
The
make
deep-
Bowen the fall guy.
The deep state is throwing Boeing under the bus. Like, we're
Right.
having all these problems with Boeing, and then when Trump's plane goes down, it's like, see,
They want to blame it on
this
somebody.
is who did it. It
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I
they,
think
they
Boeing
need,
is
they
the
need an
planes.
excuse.
Huh?
He don't build the planes.
But that's
Trump.
why he flies around.
Yeah, but he.
But that's how he
Boeing.
flies. So if
He's dead.
something
He's
happens
dead.
to his plane,
Yeah, so Boeing's already having mechanical issues with other stuff, and then
Commercial airlines.
something happens to one of his planes because of mechanical failure. They're just like, well, we've already had issues. See,
yeah, they
it's
blame
not
it on Boeing
Yeah, it's not
rather than
unusual
the
for a
deep
plane
state
to
for
go down.
assassinating Trump.
Another one of those Boeings.
Yeah, dang, this one was
Yep.
just fatal this time
Mhm.
instead of it being a small minor.
But it is a little interesting that there have been at least 2 Boeing whistleblowers who have died.
Yeah.
They hung
Oh,
themselves
yeah.
and then rolled themselves up in a carpet and
100%.
locked themselves in a trunk,
Yeah.
as you typically do when you kill
Well,
yourself.
it's like
That's what I
Tesla.
would do.
Absolutely, once you kill yourself, you want to be wrapped
Thinking
up
of
in
it,
a
that's
carpet.
how I want to go.
Full circle.
Thomas wants to be killed by the government, people.
Full circle.
Rolled up in a
Look
carpet,
like you go by the government.
rolled up in
it's
a
a
carpet and stuck in the
conspiracy,
trunk.
Tom,
That's
Can't
a
beat
weird
that.
yeah. Thomas frames his own suicide on the
Yeah.
government. He frames the government for it.
Yeah,
That's
That'd be a good way to go.
That's some bitch looking a lot of those TikToks. Better lock him up.
I just want to go down in a gunfight. That's all I just want.
I mean,
Hail
like a
gunfire.
tombstone.
Yeah, like
Oh,
a
yeah,
shoot at.
100%.
But I want like that. Woo! I want the sound effect. I want the
Right.
vulture to land on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I want
Like
the
a
dust,
one-on-
the brambles. You know, I want
one-on-one
the camera to
scenario?
zoom in on my one good eye.
Who's gonna take you out though?
Fuck, Jason Green. It's got to be Green.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't shoot a gun.
I know.
He's gonna be like, kaboom! Shit, I got him.
No,
Hollywood
I didn't even need to
assassination
kill him.
right
He
there.
does shoot. He does shoot, but I think there's difference in
No,
people
but-
who practice shooting and who live shooting.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're shooting all the time, shooting critters, and every gun's got a different personality too.
Mm-hmm.
You can have two exact same firearms, and they will both shoot entirely differently.
Yeah.
If I were,
You gotta find the right bullet,
Huh.
the right grain.
There is some
It's the
scenarios
gun.
of that.
Yeah,
100%.
you've got to adapt to the firearm. You know.
Well, there's truth to that, and there's truth to that. I went through that this year.
No, he's right too. The grain has a big deal to do with it, for sure. But I'm saying all things equal, using that same grain, every gun performs just a little bit differently, and
You gotta
gotta
find
kinda
what it
find
likes,
that.
and you gotta find.
Well, it's like any vehicle you drive; they all drive differently, right?
Yeah.
So anything mechanical, you have to adjust to it.
Yep.
100%.
My sway bars are out, so like I'm going down the driveway, and I'm like, I gotta get Braun over be on that car, but I'm so damn cheap.
Bring up your brakes on your dump truck.
What are you?
Say
Now
that
they're
again?
whispering like schoolgirls
No.
over there.
You stay out of our conversation.
He's talking
If
about.
you lick his ear, like how they're passing the mic, just give it to Larry. He's the only one over here who's interesting.
Why do you think I talked to him?
Nathan's like, I'm gonna bring Larry out. I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
At least you'll have representation.
I didn't even want to be here.
He's scared to death about it all week. He's like, man, I'm gonna say something and I'm gonna get.
But you're
This
so
is yours.
sexy. Think about all the women that
This
get to
is
look
Harry.
at your
All the women that
bald head.
that
all
watch
night.
Brad Durham on this
And if
podcast,
they get as wet as your floor is right now, they'd have it fucking
they'd be
made.
dry as the sand.
You got to get some.
He brought one of them
The
Holland
Sahara
Berry
Desert.
coolers over, and it's
Yeah.
I'm about to. Yeah, I've got my feet up now.
Yeah,
Right?
you gotta practice
All the
some
women
feet.
watch this
Wow.
I'm gonna
podcast.
slip and.
Have y'all seen the
man.
Beetlejuice?
You got a wet floor sign?
You got insurance?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing on my floor over there?
My
It's
Lord.
coolers.
So Nathan's getting wet?
I'm
Is
like,
that what
No,
you
it's
said?
cooler.
Well, this is a gift from our company,
He didn't
and
think he had
it's
a
it's
bathroom.
supposed to
That's
be
what
a
they thought
cooler.
of him.
That's why
Yeah.
he's like, yo, you got a
That's
bathroom?
how much they value you. Yeah.
That's why he's
Highland Dairy.
Yeah, you
right
got a
there.
bathroom?
It's
He-
a
the first time
backpack,
he
but I'm
did.
not sure it's a cooler backpack.
No, I think that's just a backpack.
I got a diaper bag.
That's what they wanted us to
Just a
believe.
Jansport.
Right?
Jansport.
A jet sport would wouldn't leak that fucking bag.
Do you remember when the Birkenstock
I need your
shit
pad
was
and
going
your
around?
tampon.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
we were there for the invention of the modern
Fucking
lesbian
sucks.
guys.
Absolutely. We just
Get
want
that
Subarus
connection
over
away
here.
from it.
Yeah.
Maybe
They
I
were
should find a
fucking
towel.
coming. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
I should find a towel.
Subaru is
They were
on the
their
way
You're fine.
to meet your carpet licking needs.
Yeah.
Well, that connection right there.
Rachel calls me a lesbian because I wear Chacos, and I'm like,
It's
I like
working its
fucking
way there.
Subarus too. And she's like, oh, I thought.
Well,
I heard
well,
somebody
close
say
to it.
recently
It's
they
not
were a
working
lesbian in
anyways.
a man's body, which really made me
Yeah,
laugh.
I could get down with that.
I always identify
So is that
as a
still make him
lesbian.
straight?
What?
A lesbian in a man's body? Is that still?
That's the joke, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
basically-
Yeah.
you're
Feel
just
like
straight.
vagina.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also not quite, because you're still lesbians are still women.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a big difference, but
Are they?
yeah,
2024.
I don't know that we're qualified to talk about it. I don't want to get. into
I
angry
actually do
lesbian
not want to do
comments.
this. Yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna
let's
get
not do that
canceled.
one.
We
Yeah.
better-
You
You
probably
just
should.
gotta go to
You
Rome,
probably should
bro.
send me home immediately.
Nathan's been asking to go home this whole time. Why?
Yeah.
Just
If
fucking
an Uber
leave.
would come up the mountain, I'd fucking send him home.
Nathan, just leave and never come back.
Should I
bro.
dismiss myself?
What do you?
No,
No, at this point, I think you need to suffer through this with us.
Ah,
You've
all
been
right
here this
then.
long.
you're fucked. We're almost.
Here we are.
We've already listened.
How
to
long
it.
are we in
Hour
on
and a half
this?
in.
We're an hour and a half in.
Yeah.
See, you're almost done, Nathan. We'll only
Yeah.
do 2 hours because I know Thomas is already. We're
I'm
like
al-
6
no,
hours
I'm-
past his bedtime, so.
I mean, I'm awake now.
Did you
You
get
need
your
to
nap
just do
in?
it.
Got him
Woke
up.
Thomas
You just
up.
need to do it, Thomas.
I did take a nap to try to stay awake.
I would
from
love
this.
to do
I
one
laid
with just
down
Thomas.
some-
I think Thomas is hilarious. He,
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Oh,
think
he has
has
zingers. Thomas
he
has
comes over
zingers.
during football season. He's all day long.
Zingers.
Like, I love hanging out with him. He doesn't have the confidence in himself that I have in him.
Oh, I 100% agree.
Let's talk about Thomas for the next hour while he just listens.
As I'm drinking each fucking beer.
Yeah.
Beer.
The old peace latte.
It's the manliest thing you could possibly do.
He's got all the confidence in the world until he goes to the bathroom.
Hey, brother, that is a real thing.
Every time.
It's my aim. I'm sorry.
It's the aim.
My grandma had this this wooden, those sign hangings that have the burnout stuff on it. It was like, my aim is to keep this bathroom clean. Your aim will help. And she had 3 boys. So my wife was like, when my grandpa died, she's like, I want that sign.
I bet.
I just close my eyes. Hope for the best.
What's that koozie say over there?
Which one?
That one you're holding.
Never surrender, brother. Trump 2024.
Oh, that's a new one.
That's a new one.
How about it?
Goddamn white power.
Man, that's the big.
So I worked with a bunch of people in Virginia, and yesterday they were like, "Oh my God, traffic shut down everywhere down here. I don't know how I get home." I was like, "What's going on?" Like, Trump's in town. I'm like, wait, what? What? And I go to Rumble, and it's like, Trump's in Chesapeake, Virginia, and he was doing a rally down there, and so, I mean, these things start like hours before he comes on. He has a bunch of different people get up and speak, and these crowds are massive. And like they had aerial footage of it, like showing like everything around. I guess it was at some dude's farm in Virginia. But he gets up on stage finally, and he goes, and that's all I wanted to see was just his first line. He goes, "How about that debate? I think we won." I was like, yeah.
Dude, he's like Shane Gillis over there. He nailed that.
No, Shane's got a good one.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
pretty good, man.
Shane, have y'all seen Tyler Fisher?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, I have.
He's
I watched
got a
him
special
today.
out. Have you seen the new special, the election special?
No.
It's 20 minutes, but it's at the mothership. So it's at Rogan's place.
Yeah.
I think that's the first special that's been filmed there.
He was on Rogan. That's where I saw
He was
him.
on Rogan.
That's where I see it, too.
Yep. Yeah. But what was funny is
Sorry for
I watched the
Parks.
special after I watched him on Rogan, but while he was on Rogan, he was telling a lot of the jokes from a special, but they weren't landing with Rogan. Did you notice that? Like,
Yeah, Rogan
laughing.
wasn't. Yeah.
He wasn't like laughing at his jokes, and then you watch the special, and they're really landing with the crowd. But like, sometimes I feel like Rogan doesn't get comedy.
Well,
Even though he's
no,
a
I
comedian.
somewhat agree with that, but
Yeah.
definitely on his podcast, he does, unless it's Protect Our Parks, he does not want to hear your comedy.
Yeah.
Theo
I
Vaughn,
feel
he
that.
laughs at all, everything Theo Vaughn.
Well,
Well,
he loves
I don't
the-
think he
but-
catches Theo Vaughn fast enough because you got to be
He laughs at
quick-witted to
everything
hear Theo Vaughn.
Sometimes
says.
I think he laughs too much at Theo Vaughn.
Well, there is that too, but I mean, it's a whole bunch of it goes right over Joe's
Well,
head.
there's a lot of stuff Mark Norman has said on Protect Our Parks that Joe just, I feel like, goes over his
Oh
head.
yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Like, I don't
Every
think,
2
I think there's a
seconds,
lot of
yeah,
the
he's-
people in the Rogan cult, they're like, oh, Rogan's so great. I don't think he's that great. I think he's just curious, trustworthy, and reliable.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, underrated qualities.
100%.
He's curious about learning new things. He's open-minded. But, like, he's not the star of his own show. You don't tune in to listen to Joe's tape.
Yeah, you want to
Super
see who's
is
going to
You
be on
tune
it.
in for the guests.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
But he's still one of the most important figures, I think, in American history. I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
I think he has a platform that's too big to cancel.
Yeah.
He has so many different people on from every scenario, whether it be science or political or comedian or whatever. I mean, he has everybody from every spectrum.
Did you listen to the RFK?
Yeah,
episode?
dude.
Yeah.
100%.
Dude, that blew my mind. Like, I didn't know anything about RFK.
I wouldn't be against
Did
him
you
if
watch
he
any
was
of
in the
that?
primaries.
No, but what's the opinions on him?
Everybody's mad at him for having all these the vaccines and stuff. So they won't let
he got
him.
sick when he was young, and that's why if you ever hear him talk, he talks
Yeah.
real funny.
His sister died or something over
so
a
it was
vaccine.
Like, I can't remember.
Well, his
what it
whole
was.
family's been.
Yeah, but it was due to some vaccine. So, but he's always been like a political problem because he's always been against like trying to get the
And he's a
like the
Democrat.
environment cleaned up and stuff like
He's
that.
a very far left Democrat. Too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
Well,
far left, but
he
he's
used
definitely
to be,
Democrat.
Yeah, now I feel like he's more toward the middle now, but now he's independent.
Well, I think there.
It's like Tulsi Gabbard.
I'll put it to you
Yeah.
this way, Thomas. Like, I disagree with all of his political policies. All of them. Like, he is very much still, to me, very much social spending and social programs and that kind of stuff. What I love about him is that he's very let's minimize the federal government. Let's limit the power of the federal government. Let's declassify shit. And he's got a personal agenda. He wants everybody to know his uncle and
assassinated.
Was it his dad? Was Bobby's
No,
dad?
it was his
His
grandpa.
uncle's JFK. His dad was Bobby Kennedy, right?
No, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So he had 2 family members get killed by the government, and he wants that information released. He was an environmental lawyer for years and years and years, going up against these massive,
he had huge success
chemical
on
plants and stuff who were dumping toxic shit into the water, and going up against pharmaceutical companies and proving they were doing harm. So like the dude's got a track record. He's got a resume.
He's smart.
He's
knows
super smart. I cannot stand to listen to him talk. And did you see
That's
that on
the reason they
Rogan
won't let
where
him
Tyler
run.
Fisher was like, I'm going to do the rest of this in RFK?
He
and
said, "Don't do
Rogan's
that.
like, don't do that.
Don't do that."
Can you listen to Biden talk?
No. That's
Well,
not-
he doesn't
No.
quite talk.
I don't know. That's pretty damn funny.
He was
but
screaming.
He
on that.
stutters.
Did you find that funny? Because I didn't find
no,
it funny at
but
all.
I'm saying, like,
It's pretty embarrassing.
I
actually.
found
Sure
it.
did.
No, I felt like genuinely bad for the guy.
That's terrible.
I felt like
elderly abuse.
I felt like
on
watching my
on
own.
another
I
road.
was
Well, it was
like,
like when he was
Yeah.
staring, just sitting there staring, listening.
oh,
to
that
Trump
was even
talk.
worse than him talking. Was
Yeah,
they had
it
the
was
split
just-
camera and Trump would be
just-
talking and Biden was just
It's like your grandpa with dementia.
just
lost in
spaced.
the
And did you
parking
notice
lot,
they
man.
stopped doing the split cam
Yeah,
after a while?
Yeah.
I felt legit bad, and
Yeah,
I didn't
it's-
even see during the debate when they walked him off the stage.
Well, yeah, where they had to
Apparently
write
it was
it
his
down.
day. Days
I saw
of
that like the
confused
next
the
day.
entire time?
Yeah, he was just.
So
I had no idea where he was.
when's he going to drop out?
I think
Well,
they're.
They have to
As
ask
everybody
him to
say-
drop out.
he
Like
has
he
to
won the
willingly
primaries.
drop out.
Yeah, he has
And
to
No,
then,
win.
he
and then
doesn't.
who stepped
No,
in?
they had.
He.
So they're saying Jill doesn't want him to drop out.
Right, because Jill's a power hungry bitch.
Right, she's a power hungry bitch. And then the Obamas were going to ask him to drop out, but Michelle is pissed because of Hunter Biden's ex-wife. Apparently they were close. I'm not 100% sure on the details,
She wouldn't have
but
been
she hates the Bidens right now, Michelle Obama. So they can't
Mike?
communicate, and they're not going to drop out, is what I'm hearing.
Well, I don't think Jill wants to lose power,
Well, that's
and
yeah.
and they're the president.
She's the one that ran
But
the
I
country
think
those 4
there's a
years.
huge disconnect in the Democratic Party. I think most of the party wants to get rid of Biden.
Yeah.
But
CNN
they're
said
the ones
so.
in power.
They do.
So they're not going to allow it. But even, let's just say Joe Biden dies tomorrow of something innocuous.
It could happen.
Just,
Right, that's
okay,
it. That's the other
who do
one.
they run? Who can beat Trump with the in
I've heard-
2020?
I've
Most
heard-
people were ashamed to be
Yeah.
a Trump supporter.
It's
Like,
Gavin
I'm
Newsom.
voting for Trump, but I'm not going to say it.
Gavin.
Now
Newsom.
everybody's like, "Fuck
Yeah.
Biden! It's Trump time." Like the momentum has completely shifted.
100%.
So who
And
do you
Trump
want
didn't
elects that?
overdo it. Well, it's going to be Gavin Newsom, I think.
Yeah.
His popularity.
It's trash.
I'm with Thomas
Get
on this.
destroyed.
No,
put in
I
Count
100%
Dracula?
agree. It's horrible. It's a horrible
Nobody's
decision.
going to vote for California tried to fucking evict the guy.
Yeah.
His own state doesn't like him. The rest of the country
Yeah,
is
that
not
is a
going to
great
vote
point.
for that guy.
That was a great point.
No, there's
They-
no way.
So,
They might have a chance if they put Robert Kennedy in there, or Gabbard.
Ooh, what if
Tulsi Gabbard?
that might be the most interesting thing I've ever heard? What if the left puts Kennedy? That would be their best chance to win.
That
It would be.
If they put
That
Robert F.
really would
Kennedy
be.
as the nominee.
because I was
he
fixing
could-
to ask, what if Biden disappears or whatever happens to him? He just
Yeah.
gets lost. He thinks he's at the mall or something. And then
100%.
Trump,
They're finally gonna
whatever
stop.
they decide to do with him. So now you don't got nobody. Who does the Republicans put in?
Well, because
Who's
Trump's in
Well, the
prison.
Republicans have
Well, I
a
mean,
deep
yeah.
bench.
Yeah.
They got 12 people that get put in.
Do
Trump's
they-
going to run this
Like
country
you said,
from
the big
jail.
Swami,
Well, here there's two trains of thought from my trains of thought. If Trump needs the votes, the people he needs votes from the most are women, suburban women, white
100%.
women.
Yep.
Tulsi Gabbard gets you those votes.
Yep.
So if you really feel like we need as many
VP,
votes
yeah.
as we can get, you get Tulsi Gabbard. Now,
Ooh,
there's a lot of Republicans that don't like her because she used to be a Democrat, even
I
though
like
the Christian
Tulsi Gabbard.
I like her. Yeah.
value is
like her a
forgiveness. All the Christians I know are like, she was a Democrat, I'd never vote for her. Well, isn't there a path to redemption?
Yeah, you should be forgiving,
Like,
right?
Come on, bro.
exactly.
She's
What would
on our
Jesus do?
side now.
Yeah.
And if you don't need the votes, if you're looking for who's the next candidate, who's going to replace me, I think Vivek is the only option. Because he's young, he's sharp, he's savvy, he's
I
on
do not hate
podcasts.
that. I do not hate
I
that.
think that, but again, there's a
What's
lot
his
of...
religion?
He's like a
Hindu.
He's
But
like a
see-
Ben Shapiro.
But well, I was gonna say there's a lot of people I know who wouldn't vote for him because he's Hindu. Like, why
Yeah.
would
I mean,
that?
that's just something to consider.
He's so quick.
Yeah, but he's
But why
No,
should
he's
the
sharp.
religion
He's
matter
sharp.
with the presidency, Matt?
It shouldn't matter, but this is a Christian nation,
Well, it
right?
matters to Matt, so I'm asking him. I'm
Well,
just
I mean-
curious to know because I know a lot of people.
I think it does matter because the U.S. is about the Christian value.
Judeo-Christian. It really is. I mean,
Yeah,
dollar
fuck
bills
this.
based
well,
on
it's a Western value.
I
Well,
mean, right
we're-
now with all our borders open, we've got every. I mean, I'm not saying anyone's better than the other. I mean, for the most part, I mean, I've got my belief in what I believe, and that I mean, you can. I mean, I'm not. I don't care. I mean, if you believe something different, okay. And I'm not well versed enough to have that argument. I mean, I'm trying to get to that point of what I believe, and then be able to have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Not to change your mind, but to give you information or a different perspective.
Sure.
So, I mean, I think that does matter, though. I think anybody's personal.
If it was Vivek Ramaswamy up against Gavin Newsom, would you vote for Vivek?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I probably wouldn't vote.
Okay.
Oh,
so
you
it
just
matters
leave
that
vote out.
much to you. Well,
Because I don't know enough about either of them. Because, like I told you earlier, before everybody
you're
got
kind
here,
of checked out.
I've checked out.
Well, a lot of your values are, if you did vote, whatever his name is, say it again,
Ramaswamy.
Vivek rhymes with cake.
Yeah.
Cake or Debeg, he's going to have a lot of your values, and he's going to bring the conservative scenario. So, yeah, you don't vote for the other
Well, I'm
one.
not going to do, bang your wife Newsom. I know that. He would not get.
Or-
He would not get my vote.
I mean, what are they
that's
doing?
a definite,
They're
definite no. But I mean, again, it's just. I mean, I don't know.
get off
It's
this
gonna,
guy.
it's, there's gonna have to be something that pulls my ass to the bulls.
Okay, bottom line is Trump in the White House a year from now?
Yeah. We will be.
Well,
I
depends
at this
if there's
point,
a civil
they
war.
said after that
See, you
commercial-
think Trump's alive a year from now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You don't think they want him out that badly?
I don't think
They've
they're
gone
gonna-
through every other.
They haven't.
It'd have to
They
be a
haven't
Kennedy
stopped.
scenario
I'm
where
not
they have
again
to
on that.
assassinate him.
Yeah, I don't think they can get
They'd
away
have
with
to
it. It's
assassinate
just
him and
everybody's
get him out.
already too suspicious of everything that's already going down. I don't think they'd get away with it. I think if they're
They've gotten away with everything else.
If
I know,
Biden,
but I
There's
think-
no accountability
if
for
they-
these people, man. Am I right?
well, you're right about that. You might be right about that.
But
but
they
I
can't
think-
find anybody better to throw in front of us than Biden.
No,
But they haven't.
again, who-
they have not found
who would
anybody.
That's,
you-
better.
if
that's
you-
dumbfounding on that
If
part.
you were
like,
the head of the DNC, who would you put up against Trump right now?
Somebody goddamn coherent.
Okay,
Well, that's
who?
just the
But
thing.
who is that on the left?
Nobody
They're
wants
talking
to. They're
about
too
Hillary
smart.
Clinton.
Oh yeah.
Hillary already lost once, and that
No,
was-
they're talking about him coming back if he steps down.
No
Well, if
way.
that's the case, then
It's not going
I've
to be
heard it
her. and
3
It's not going to be
times.
Michelle Obama.
No.
Let's.
Michelle
And I can be wrong.
Obama.
See?
I'm just talking.
I would say Michelle Obama, but she hates
Michelle's
politics.
too smart to fucking run.
Big Mike.
She's too smart to run.
And that's the majority of the people. Anybody that worth a fuck is
Yeah,
they're
I
too
agree
smart to
with
run.
that, yeah.
They don't.
But that goes at any level.
But either
Even
way,
us.
it doesn't
But-
really matter who's in there because there's a bigger organization that is
Biden.
running
Yeah.
the government, anyways. That's running
Yes.
the country, the
obviously.
world.
Same.
Right.
What did we say?
Now, how
Right wing,
big-
left wing, same
But that's-
Who
bird.
they
But
are.
that's why they hate Trump. Like if
He's
if
trying to drain
honest
the
to God,
swamp.
if Trump wasn't in the race, I think Nikki
Trump-
Haley would have gotten the nomination, and it wouldn't have mattered who won.
Yeah,
Like
that
they
was-
would have
You
both
think
been.
Nikki
Trump's
would've got
willing
it?
to play the
I would-
game.
I think DeSantis.
He's not
would've.
willing to play the game. That's why they hate him.
Well,
I think he is.
DeSantis-
Oh, you think he is? You said.
I think DeSantis.
What do you mean by that?
Look at it. I mean, I just.
With
I
what
think
game
he's-
with who? I guess is the
Well,
question.
shit, I don't know. I think he
I
could be
would've
the
been against
best
Nikki, though.
person for them to put in, for them to continue what they've already started. For the simple fact that most people are so, they're going to believe Trump without questioning. They don't want the facts. Oh, well, Trump said this. Okay, fine, let's go with it.
You're talking about the cult of Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colt 45.
I mean, I honestly think that could be the best option
A whole bunch.
for whoever's pulling the strings. They're going to make it seem like there's this big division, but we know they're locked. in together. There's not a right versus a left.
I agree. But if you are head of DNC, who would you put in?
I don't even know who's there.
Well, there's not anybody.
Because again,
there's nobody good.
Like I don't keep up with that stuff.
Let me
It's
throw
the
this
big
at you. Let me
names.
throw this at you. Bernie's back.
I was about to say Bernie
No
Sanders.
way.
Bernie Sanders.
Trump tried to get Bernie to go. Isn't he dead yet?
No, he's very much alive, brother.
Yeah, but
Where's he at?
More alive than fucking Biden.
barely though.
But they're all
Are you sure?
geriatrics.
He's
think
probably over in
Bernie-
Russia right now.
I think Bernie and
Weekend at
RFK. Weekend at Biden's. I think RFK is a win. Like
I think
I'm not saying he would win, but I'm saying it's your best option.
RFK
I think
or
he would
Tulsi.
Tulsi.
Do you think he'd beat
Tulsi.
Trump?
If he
Yeah.
got on camera,
Yeah.
So if they had, let's just say the next presidential debate is RFK and Trump. You think RFK wins the debate?
well, I don't know because if
I
it's
think
first
his
one,
voice-
If he,
His voice would kill it. Yeah.
Kill it.
I think if he was able to get out there as much as the other two, I think yes, he would take it.
RFK.
Well, he takes
Yeah.
votes from both sides.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
does.
Like the
I
people
think-
who don't like Trump.
I think because there's
People
such a
don't like
divide between left versus right, Biden
Yeah.
versus Trump, you throw him in there, give him as much exposure. I think that's who would take it.
Does anybody remember when Trump, before he ran, was a Democrat in his entire life?
He's been he changed his political party multiple times.
I'm just saying, like he gave all of his money to Democrat Party
Yes.
forever.
But his policies haven't changed though. It shows you how far the left has moved. Like I was a Democrat 5-6 years ago.
What's his name
For the
on
most part.
HBO?
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher.
Mario.
I mean, he talks like a Republican nowadays.
And
And
he's got a couple.
He hates
still
Trump.
pretty
He
He's
hates
got a couple
Trump, but
takes that aren't.
yeah, I mean, there's
radical
scenarios,
left,
but he's like,
still, he's got TDS bad.
yeah, he
can't.
hates Trump. But outside of that, he's like, why is everybody moved so far left? Because we shouldn't be that far left.
Dude, I will criticize Trump and I'll talk to people that hate Trump. But if you have TDS, there's nothing. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah,
Like,
you can't
if,
talk
if
about
you
it.
just
He was
have-
on with Meg Kelly the other day,
who?
Bill Maher, and
I saw that.
yeah, he
Bill Maher.
was attacking Megan Kelly over.
But see, Bill Maher, I will listen to him until he starts going into his Trump fits, and it's like I'm done.
yeah, he's getting
he does it all the time. Though.
yeah, it's
But
unrational.
he's also uneducated. Here's the thing about I don't know if it's him or his generation, but Bill Maher does not do any political research. He shows up and his producers give him the rundown, and then he has a teleprompter. So he has no
Uh-huh.
original thought. That's why his podcast has been interesting, because that's the real Bill Maher, and that's what's been exposing him as an idiot. Because all these other people that are talking to him are bringing up all these things that he has no idea about. Because he's not actually following the news; he's following what his producers put in front of him.
Nope,
And he's supposed to
100%.
be. The funniest thing I ever heard him say, I think it was a weird guess. It was like Chris Robinson from the Black Crowes or something. But Bill Maher said, I've always thought of myself as cutting edge. And if I ever feel that I'm no longer the cutting edge, I'll step down. I'm like, bitch, you ain't been the cutting
Yeah,
edge
that's been a minute.
for 15 years, and you're so out of touch. You still have this boomer audience who listens to you, who's getting your news from... God. But propaganda is real, and people don't realize, like, who does the United States propagandize to? Is it other countries, or is it to their own people? It's both.
Mm-hmm.
You want your own people to believe that Russia is the enemy. You need your own people to believe this and that, right?
Yeah.
And so you're always propagandizing your...
I mean, mental warfare is a real thing.
Of course it is.
If you can manipulate,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you?
Well, we got into
Second,
Vietnam
I mean,
over a
that's
false
people-
flag episode. Like, there's always
realistic
shady shit
about
going on
this.
in war.
Everything has been 9/11,
Tesla.
war, the Vietnam, Pearl Harbor.
Tesla,
They knew this
all those
shit.
others.
Bring that mic over. What about
I'm gonna keep scooting over.
what about like the fact that we keep getting into these wars that
It's
are just bankrolling wars all over the country? It's like a power smarter than us is like, hey, let's get America
no, it's
embroiled.
because like
Just
mentioned
make a rich
earlier,
man
there
richer.
there is another group that is controlling the people that we see that we think are the ones that are controlling.
Yes.
The president, the
100%.
senators, or whatever. No, there is someone else telling, hey, this is what we want to have happen. But who are they?
So Rockefeller.
I mean, it's obviously.
Well, it is.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Well, it
it,
is.
I mean, money is power.
Money
JP
is
Morgan.
power.
Plain and simple.
Well, first of all, you have politicians go in who are not wealthy, and then they come out millionaires.
Yeah.
And part of that's selling books and shit.
That's-
But they're also getting, you know, lobbyists are not illegal, so you can basically go in and buy politicians.
100%.
I mean,
That's what it's come down to. Yeah.
ridiculous. It's
It's
so
nothing
corrupt.
but, I mean, the world we live in is nothing more than a Walmart.
Leave that door open, Nathan, so we can watch you piss.
Oh,
You want this microphone?
I need a magnifying glass.
I was
But
gonna say you got a damn good camera.
I mean, the world we live in, I mean, it's nothing more than just a Walmart. It started out small, now it's big.
wow, that's an interesting. I was thinking about that.
It's nothing but a business.
I was driving home today from mom and dad's house thinking about how like northwest Arkansas that I grew up in no longer exists, and my
No.
kids are growing up in a completely different place,
Mhm.
and in 20 years they won't recognize it. 'Cause if it keeps up at this pace,
It's going to be a concrete jungle then.
and then you and I will just be lost. We're already lost.
Yeah, I don't fit in.
No, and haven't for a long
No,
time.
That's why my parents moved here, because it was kind of out and about. I mean, they used to call it Vietnam.
I remember that shit.
Las Vegas, Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
Did people from Fayetteville call it Vietnam, or was it people from other cities that called it? I never heard anybody.
From here, I mean, you could just. It was just a different time.
Do you remember the Fiesta?
It's kinda
Square
like Back to the
parking
Future.
lot in the
Oh,
90s.
absolutely. That was the shit.
There was so much just pussy
That
down
is
there. These
dumb.
guys were all competing for. They'd all bring their cars in with their
Yeah.
neon lights and their
That was our strip.
choice of 90s soundtrack. Oh God.
I
It
had a
was.
home audio speaker in the back of my car.
Yeah, you were. What were you listening to?
Fucking gangsta party.
Yeah, you were.
I mean, who knows? I mean, it was Tupac for sure.
I was always listening to Pearl Jam or something, so the girls were like, "Get the fuck out of here with
I
that."
was gonna say, I don't know. We
you
listen to a lot of different shit. For sure. What,
Pearl
Nathan?
Jam in there.
Why are you creeping out in the corner, Nathan?
Creep.
What you do?
All right, I say, how long we been going still?
Almost 2 hours.
I think we wrap her,
Wrap it up.
and then let's get real,
Yes.
so we can actually talk shit about Nathan Carter without
Wrap.